All right, everybody, welcome back once again to another edition of Rogues Gallery Live. Hello, everyone. Like I said, welcome back to Rogues Gallery Live. This is episode number 65. We're entitling this one "The Change is Coming," and we're also going to be talking about the latest in collecting news. And also, we have a ton of photos to look at that are not from Wonderfest. A lot of other statue reveals as well over the last couple weeks. And also, I kind of want just to let the chat tonight kind of drive the conversation. So if you have questions or comments, I would love to hear them. So let's go do introductions real quick before we get started. And right over here beside me here is Mr. Eric B. in the house. Hey, Eric.
Hey, Chris. Hey, everybody. Seems like a busy week. I feel like this is like the second or third time we're back already. So looking forward to seeing some pictures.
We've been live a lot lately, and it's awesome. Thank you guys for being here and joining me for all these fun events. And also with us, we have Mr. Jeff Morris in the house.
Hey, everybody.
How's it going, sir?
It's good. Hope everybody's doing well.
We're doing great. We also have Mr. Wayne, or excuse me, from Wayne Manor North. I was going to say Mr. Flip Flop. Oh yeah, Mr. Dan Default with us tonight.
Okay, mea culpa, mea culpa. I am the flipper and the flopper.
You are the flipper and the flop. So if I turn off my banner, you can see it says the Flip Flopper of Wayne Manor North right there. There he is right there. I love it. I love it. And then last but certainly not least, we have from the Secret Sanctuary, Mr. Jeff Delaney joining us.
Hi, guys. Nice to be here.
Great to have you there. How's California treating you today?
Pretty good. A little cool and windy, but not bad.
Well, it's 103 and hot here. So I'm glad that you have. Yeah, it's been really warm, and it's going to be warm all week. No rain. So
Holy cow.
It's a little bit hot for baseball and everything else that we're doing. We're doing golf and baseball, everything else at our house. But so how's your week been, guys?
Eventful.
Yes. Dan's got a lot of exciting things going on in his life, which is very awesome.
Yeah, no. Statue-wise, though, just, man. Yeah, the flip-flop thing on my end cannot be understated. I'm really going to be curious to hear about anybody else in the chat whose mind was, materially changed from all the recent announcements, and not necessarily even announcements, but just the video that we're getting from Wonderfest and all that.
You unfortunately you could not make our show the other night.
I couldn't make it. Yeah,
when we talked about it, and I'm curious, like, did you think that was a game-changing event for Queen Studios?
For Queen?
Yep. Most people seem like they were the best in show of that event. Do you feel that way, or maybe not?
I think they probably had the most exciting, eye-opening pieces there. Like everyone, I mean, absolutely fell in love with the Catwoman piece. I don't know where I'd put that, quite frankly. But it was, just stunning. I'm actually thinking about the 1/6. I want to see it when they've got a prototype, but I thought the piece was a stunner. I think that alone got them best in show, quite frankly. It was innovative, it was gutsy, it was, all those things. So yeah, I'd agree with that.
Absolutely. Well, like you said, there have been a ton of great reveals over the last couple of weeks, and that's kind of what I wanted to talk a little bit about tonight. Is that all of those reveals, when we have a ton of them, a lot of times we get to thinking maybe we need to change some things up, or maybe our direction might change, or our plans might change. And we'll definitely talk about that this evening. So before we get started, I do want to say hello to some folks in the chat real quick. We've got Brotherhood member Bats in the Belfry, first one here. Thank you very much for being here. Appreciate it. Patrick Riley in the house. Hello to you. Chris and Logan here. Hello. Prometheus. We've got Ryan E in the house. Brotherhood member Matt T says, hey, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well tonight. I think we are. Captain Trenchcoat, another Brotherhood member. Thank you for being here. Aaron. We've got Midnight Dip. Sebastian, ready for another great show. Thank you. Impulse Collecting in the house. Got Ben Workman. Toy Quest 101. Thank you for being here. Ashley is on her way, I believe, and also in the chat, apparently. So there you go. Say hello to Ashley. Kristen Logan says, Chris, I just spent $6,000 in one day. All my statues are coming the 22nd. My wife is killing me, but 2 or for my son, she is not as mad. So, well, that's good.
Oof.
$6,000 in one day. That's a tough pill to swallow.
Even for the BSC.
Yeah, even for me. Dark Ranger 7 says 111 degrees here. Oh my God.
Oof. Oh my God.
Also welcoming back Dan and hi to the Jeffs, Eric, and Chris. Thank you very much.
Hello, Dark Ranger.
Let's see. Matt T is saying hello to Dan and hey, Ashley. I've got Daniel in the house. That's right.
My fellow Samurai Harley awaiter.
That's right. That's right. Hopefully you guys will be getting her very soon.
Cannot wait.
I'm going to guess Augusty. What do you guys think?
I will be happy if it's August.
Yeah. Mike Stainbrook is here. Nicholas says, good evening, everyone. Good evening to you. Alfonso said, totally forgot we had Rogues today. So excited. Hope everyone is good. Thanks for being here, Alfonso. This is actually not usually we're off this week. So we had so many photos to look at. We had to do a show. The show could not be contained.
Oh, oh boy.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I'm not overselling it at all, am I?
No.
Todd is here. We've got Joseph here. Let's see. Prometheus says I was in Florida. Oh, yeah, a lot of rain in Florida. Exciting news for Florida and California with Disneyland and Walt Disney World going mask-free. So that's very exciting. We're going to be in Florida in July, and I was very thankful. I don't mind wearing a mask, but in 100-degree heat in the Florida swamp, it is awful.
Yeah,
so I was nervous. Aiden is here. We've got John here. Says, what's good in the chat? Got Brotherhood member Brad Ladner. Whatever you do, don't talk about the Batman Catwoman oral thing this week. Save it for episode 69. What episode is this again?
I don't even know what. I don't even want to know what he's talking about.
There were some interesting comments from Warner Brothers this week where there was going to be a scene in the Harley Quinn animated series between Batman and Catwoman. And Warner Brothers came out and said Batman doesn't do that. Heroes don't do that. And so they nixed it from the show. And the show came out and said all this. Like,
why would they do that?
I don't know. I mean, they're pretty, they're pretty racy. They've had some, some crazy violent and, racy things on the show. I think I'm almost done with season 1. And I'm like, yeah, so that's made some news this week.
Chris, are you enjoying the show?
I love it.
You do? Okay. I got to watch it.
I do. I think it's really insane. It's really funny. Yeah. It's really, really adult. I mean, it's like really? I was like the first episode, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I was not expecting half of that. Like it was, but I really think it's good. And I think I love Bane. Like he's one of my favorite characters. I really like him. He's funny. Clayface is funny. I don't know. It's just, I think it's really good.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'm going to give it a try.
I would give it a try.
Yeah.
SD Adder is here. He says, yo, we got Ed Lopez. The boys of summer are all here. That's right. That's us, I guess. Bird Peanut. I have not seen that name before. So thank you, Bird Peanut, for being here. I love that. Martin says, hope everyone is doing well. Looking forward to the changes. Yeah, we're talking about changes tonight. J. Rob from Detroit Rock City. I love it.
Detroit Rock City. Nice.
Jonathan says, hey, man, I love the Bane versus Batman statue in the background. Yeah, it's one of my absolute favorites. It's in my top 5. Tin Man is here. Chris, did Robin ever get that restraining order? Oh, I love it. Let's see. Ben Workman, I'm in Texas. The weather's brutal. I bet it's hot there. Ben Hizzle is here. Kickback is here. 105 in Colorado. Ooh. Rick Cruz. J.O., I hope I said that right, J.O. Elijah is here. Matt says hoping for August to see Harley. Lucas is here. Jay Conservative 76.
Chris, that Harley will be 2 years come New York Comic Con.
It's crazy. I was looking back at the Harley Quinn on skates from Prime 1.
Oh, yeah.
I had a video in 2018.
2018?
Wow. Yep. That's amazing.
I wonder what's happening with that piece.
I don't know.
I mean, they're getting others out.
And there's not been, you always get that one photo from somebody in Asia that has it early or, whatever. Not even that. Not even production photos. Nothing.
Nothing.
It's so weird.
Yeah. That is a strange one.
And I mean, it obviously sold very well. Like I know, like the deluxe is on wait list. I don't know. It's just very, and again, it's like I'm getting off track here a little bit, but it's like when we're talking about change.
Yeah.
It's like you get excited about a pre-order. You understand it's probably going to be a year. Hopefully that newness and that excitement is still there. But after 2+ years, are you still excited about it?
Yeah.
Or if you are, like, I'm still excited about it, but are there like 3 or 4 other Harleys that are coming out since then that are exciting too? Yep. I just don't. It's just the turnaround time is insane lately.
Yep.
And I think it all comes down to amount of factories. I think that's the problem.
I think so too.
I'm doing a video. It'll either go up this week or next week, probably next week, where I talk about that topic. Yeah. So Sam is here. We got Borg Cube 1 of 2, another Brotherhood member. Another member, Ezra, is here. Hello. Let's see. Wallace Berry is here. Hello to you. Another Brotherhood member. Crypto Nation. Ben Hizzle says, hello, Jeff D. I received my Deja Thoris. It's beautiful. One nitpick is that the neck seam is very visible. Does yours have a noticeable neck seam?
Yeah, on one side of the neck, there's a gap. I wouldn't say it's awful, but it's there. I'm ignoring it.
Yes, so it's not that noticeable.
Well, look at the statue, Chris.
Yeah. Are you
looking at her neck?
You mean you're not looking for seams? That's not what you're doing when you're looking at that statue?
I didn't even notice it until after I did my review. But yeah, it's there. I haven't investigated to see if there's any debris I can clear away or something to improve it. I'm just pretending it's not there.
Yep, there you go. I hear that.
Solid strategy.
Well, I think I've said hello to just about everybody. If I missed you, I do apologize. And like I said, hopefully, if you guys have any questions or comments, or I want you guys to drive the conversation tonight in the chat. I want it to be very interactive. So please post your questions, and we'll kind of come in and out with those. Like Lucas right here has a question or a comment. Anyone excited for the upcoming Long Halloween animated movie?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think they just dropped the. Oh, sorry. They dropped a new trailer, I think, recently.
Oh, really?
A few days ago.
See that?
I think so.
Now, is it coming out in 2 installments? Is that right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one will come out, and then months later, the second one. Is that kind of how it's going to work?
I don't know.
Haven't heard the timing. I'm not sure.
Well, I guess we'll find out.
We will find out.
But yeah, I'm very, very excited about it. I do like the animation style. I think it looks good. I don't think it looks like some of their other anime. I don't really tend to like the animated movies very much. But I do think that this one looks really good. Ken says to smash that like button. Thank you very much, Ken. Please do that if you're enjoying the show so far. I want to show you, I'm going to do a toy review on the channel. I'm very excited. I happened to be at Walmart today, and I found this.
Oh, wow. I've seen that advertised on Facebook a few times now.
Huh.
So that is the NECA grapple gun, and it actually launches, which is pretty neat. The problem is, hey, Ashley.
Hi, everyone.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How are things?
Things are great.
That's good. That's good. I was just showing him my new toy. I got a new grapple gun.
I'm jealous. They don't have that here in Phoenix because we suck.
I was just happened to be there at Walmart today, and I was like, I'm just going to check to see if it's there because everybody says you can't find them anywhere, and there were like 3, so there it is right there.
That's really
$30.
Okay.
Wow.
So we're gonna see a video of you scaling up the side of your house with them.
That's right. Yeah, I'm going to see if it'll hold my weight, which it won't. Spoiler alert. The weird thing is, so I went to go put batteries. It takes batteries, so it like actually, puts the grapple back in. And here it actually is right here. It's got a red button that actually launches it,
That's awesome.
and then there's a button that it puts it back in for you. And it uses 3 N batteries.
How far does it shoot out?
I'm like,
3 what kind of batteries?
there's the length there to there.
Really? That's
I
fine.
don't know if that's a good judge.
It's
But
still
3
offensive.
N batteries, and I was like, I don't even know what an N battery is. They're about that big and round, so I got to go hunt N batteries apparently to get it. I was gonna finish the review before the show. I'm like, well, crap! I've never even seen that size battery before. So
Aren't those the ones that are like the size of a nickel?
well, no, they're
Oh, look at that.
but they're about half the size of a
Wow.
AA.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Interesting.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I'm Googling it now. I see it. Okay.
So
All right.
I need 3 N batteries. So hopefully I'll be able to find them, but we'll see.
It's one
We'll
of
see.
those
That's going to be
Wayne
awesome.
Enterprise batteries.
Yeah.
That's what I got new. Anything else? Get anything in this week?
I got nothing.
No.
I got my first appearance of Batmite.
Oh wow! Yeah.
Let's take a look at that.
Lowest
Nice.
graded copy.
Lowest graded.
Lowest graded copy in
Copy.
existence.
What year is that?
This is 1955.
Oh my gosh.
And so if for those of you who don't know, back in the day, stores didn't return the whole comic when they didn't sell it because it was too expensive because of the weight. So they would just send the masthead back. And they were supposed to throw away the rest of the comic. But sometimes employees kept them. And so we have a whole bunch of these out on the market, these comics with just the masthead missing. And that's how they get graded by CGC. They're incomplete, so they're a 0.5. That's the best grade you can get without the masthead there. Otherwise, it's complete. The interior is complete, and it's the first appearance of Ace the Bat Hound.
Wow.
So
That's awesome.
yeah,
That is so cool.
That's very cool to have that in your possession. That's really cool. And I am anticipating. So I became a member of CGC. You guys know that, and I did the kit. You get like a coupon for a free kit. That very first time, and I ordered it, but I still don't have it. It's been like over a month now, and they said that they were in delay a little bit, like maybe by 2 or 3 weeks, and I still haven't got it. Do you think I should just say screw it and just try to pack it myself without that kit, or do you think I should wait for the kit?
I've never had a kit in my life.
neither.
So
I'd wait
Go
for
for
the
it.
kit. Yeah.
Screw the kit.
I mean, it's up to you.
How many books are you submitting? Out of curiosity,
What?
Do you have like over 10 books that you were submitting almost? Because you probably should have got the next level membership. It would have paid for itself.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I think what is it, Jeff? Like how much was it for the next level? Like 180 or something like that?
I don't remember.
So if you submit, I think over 10 to 12 books, it usually pays for itself within the first year.
I'll just show you a couple that I'm going to submit. This is one of them.
Because you get a credit for the same amount that you subscribe for.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to do that book. That's one of them to pair with my Deathstroke. And then this one
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
to pair with the Bane versus Batman. So we'll see how that goes. But I was just curious as to what you guys thought about that, if I should wait or not.
I haven't submitted my CGC stuff yet, and I've been a little nervous. I know my buddy Joe is going to submit his stuff to test it out, but to submit like Snyder and Capullo's comic signed for the first time, I'm really nervous on it. So I'm waiting to see what he says and goes through that process.
So was it already signed, or is it going to be signed?
No, it's already signed.
Send it
And
to
so-
CGCS.
Yeah. You don't want to send it
CGCS.
to CGC.
Yeah.
CGC is just going to give it a green label, so they won't acknowledge that those are the signatures on it.
Okay.
They'll just say that somebody wrote on the cover. It says something very similar to that.
Yeah.
Just send it to CBCS. They have a partnership with Beckett Authentication,
Okay.
and they'll issue a verified signature with a yellow label. They actually went to yellow. It used to be red labels, which kind of bugged me, but they've gone to yellow labels to look, I think, more like the CGC books. And they do a nice job. So
Okay.
I think
good to
right
know.
now they're actually faster than CGC from what I have seen recently.
All right, so I just looked up. The premium membership is $150, but then they give you a $150 credit towards submission. So if you submit, say if a book is going to run you about $30, per book, after 5 books, it pays for itself. So if you're going to submit more than like 5 books per year, it's worth getting the premium.
I was gonna say I did the standard tier, whatever that basic tier was.
like $30.
Yeah,
Yeah.
30.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see.
25.
Matt says, Chris, I would call them again. I ordered mine after your video and got mine and sent it back already like 2 weeks ago. So maybe I need to do something different. I don't know.
You should upgrade if it's not too late.
But anyway, Ashley, with the books that you like for CGC, you have to have it witnessed by one of their people.
Yeah.
At a con or at an event, you have to. That's the only way CGC will authenticate it.
So the comic books were sold at Torpedo Comics.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't. So they won't do anything like that. They won't.
No.
Now, some like I ordered a Jason Fabok cover, and they were going to have Jason come in, and then they were going to be submitting all of those books to CGC, and they were going to come back with the yellow label because they were authenticated during the signing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unless they have
And
an
sometimes-
authorized witness. Because I've gone
Yeah.
to comic shops where I've done signings and they have there's random people that they don't work for CGC, but they're authorized to witness for CGC that sometimes show up and they'll approve it and say it's okay.
And it doesn't matter that it has the certificate of authenticity.
No.
No.
Not with them.
That's a bummer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that part does suck.
I think the last time I looked to get a signature authenticated, it was like $20 or $25 extra
Okay.
through CBCS.
Well, that's good information, guys. Thank you. All right, so let's talk a little bit about statues and changing. Okay, so I'm going to start with you, Dan. Okay, I'm going to pick on you.
No way.
I've noticed a gradual change, and one of the first pieces I remember is a piece I'm actually getting in Monday, and I'm still excited about it. With the Joker reveal, I'm not sure from Prime 1. I'm still not sure how I'm going to handle this situation. But you canceled your Joker from Iron Studios. Your 1/3.
I did. Yep.
And you liked that piece, but why did you cancel that one? Remind us. You were worried about it coming.
Yeah, I just I think you were talking about how the excitement can wear off after a little while. I was nervous about their lack of communication. They had my $1,000 and weren't talking to me, and I just
or any of us.
Yeah, and I just there's too many cool new pieces coming out that it's not the last cool Joker piece, and I'm sure on the other topic that you want to talk about, the Ledger Joker, quite frankly, guess what spot he's going in?
In that spot.
In that spot. Exactly right.
Now, so you brought up the Ledger Joker, and that's a piece that you are going to be adding to your collection. You actually pre-ordered that puppy.
I did.
And which it's an incredible piece. The photos from Wonderfest solidify that it's going to be an amazing piece. But what made you decide to go there? Because you don't tend to go movie route.
I don't know
at all. So what was
few.
the swerve there? What happened?
I just thought it looked absolutely amazing. The promo pictures don't do it justice compared to the pictures from the show floor. So yeah, I had to do it. The likeness looks so much better in those pics. The everything about it that I posted in the group today, the pose actually really stuck out to me. I think one of the things that they don't do, and I think Jeff Delaney's brought this up before, is that Joker sometimes in a lot of statues doesn't look as menacing as he could. And I think the pose with the Prime One piece to me looks really menacing, really creepy. Yeah, that. And I don't know. I love the way they did his makeup. I love how, you know, the you know, kind of how messed up his face looks. To me, that looks a lot more like the movie. I love it.
It's ironic that the smile makes him look menacing.
Yeah. It just looks different in these pictures. And I don't know, I think lighting has something to do with it. But I honestly, and it's not that it looks 100% different or anything like that. Don't get me wrong. Just the aesthetic of the statue just looks way better to me in those pics. I mean, it was instantaneous too. When I first saw those pictures, Chris, or your video, I should say, it was instant. I'm like, wow, that looks way, way different. So yeah, getting it.
That's exciting.
Yep.
And I'm glad because I know I'm very excited about that piece. I am a little bit worried because I don't know if you saw my photo the other day or maybe yesterday. Robert Chin had posted a photo of his Prime One Batman next to the Queen Studios Batman. Did you see that? They're both 1/3.
Oh,
Queen,
yes. Yeah.
The Prime One is way, way bigger.
Way bigger. Yep.
And that concerns me just a bit if Prime One has made this Joker bigger also. Because if I have him paired up with, like, let's say this 1/3 scale Joker and other third scale pieces, is that going to look good together?
I think Queen, it seems to be a pattern that their pieces are, they're either underscaled or Prime is overscaled. I don't know what the answer is, but I mean, with the exception of the Affleck Batman, I feel like Prime One's pretty consistent with their scaling, generally speaking. But Queen, and Chris, you know, from when I saw him in New York, even though they changed that Your Ledger Joker, the seated one, I felt like immediately like he was underscaled. Now, I think with the changes they made, he looks awesome, but I still feel like he seems smallish to me. Not that it's necessarily a bad thing, it's just a size thing, right? And then with that Batman comparison, I thought, wow, that's a pretty significant difference. And then the other thing that I saw was somewhere amongst all the pictures in the video, there was somebody that was assembling the Catwoman, the 1/3, and he had her in his hand. And I said, wow, that doesn't look like a 1/3 figure. Now, you know, pictures can do weird things with distortion and perspective and all that stuff. So it could be just camera angle and whatnot. But I thought, wow, she looks small. Like, imagine if, that picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
that looks very quarter scale.
Yeah.
She just looks little. You know what I mean? Like, I know she's a slender figure and I get that, but I don't know. I have a feeling that Queen's, it seems as though Queen's 1/3 scale, I don't know if they're just using a different, formula for their scaling, but they seem to be consistent with their scale in the same way that Prime One is with theirs. And they seem like two different things.
Which that's a good thing. Yeah. I mean, that's a good thing that they're consistent. Yeah. It has been said for sure that the Prime One, especially the Prime One movie pieces, they feel like they have been overscaled. And most people in the community seem like they agree on that overall, compared to even the Arkham pieces. But like if I look at this Joker next to these pieces here, like size wise, they are very comparable. They are very similar. And I've had this Joker next to a quarter scale, and he's way, way bigger.
Right.
And so it is hard. It's like our perception is like, well, because we've gone off of Prime One pieces for so long, that it's hard to, like you said, it's hard to know whether they're a little underscale or if they're right on the money and Prime One's too big. But it does again make me question: can you mix companies? And I don't know if you can.
That Batman looked particularly small.
Yeah.
In that picture.
Yeah, it really did. So I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
So speaking of Catwoman, the other night, Ashley challenged me to sleep on it for 3 days.
Some challenge, Chris.
And in the back of my head, and I am right on this, I was going off of when it was first shown, which that was over 3 days.
If you want to justify it however you want, buddy, that's fine with me.
That is my rationale, but I cannot believe how many people apparently watched that show and have given me crap about not following Ashley's advice. Like that, I've had people DM me, I've had people on Instagram message me, and it's like, yeah, some 3 days, Chris. I'm just amazed by how many people caught on to that, and it's just hilarious because I did buy a $3,000 Catwoman statue that may or may not be undersized. I don't know.
Chris, the big question is, where is she going?
Yeah, you were stressing out about it then. Now you're going to really stress about it. And my brother does make a good point. Never listen to me. What the hell are you doing?
Well, I always take advice. Absolutely. I always try to weigh the options. That piece, I don't know why, but a lot of pieces speak to me and I get excited about, but that one I just couldn't quit thinking about. I was just like, I really want a bat pod in that scale. I really want an impact piece. And you ask where it's going to go. In my head right now, it's the closet. It's going to be a Dark Knight area. It's going to have Heath Ledger Joker. It's going to have all my different Jokers. It's going to have maybe a Bane, maybe a Two-Face if they ever do one. Because I love that trilogy. It's my second favorite trilogy behind Back to the Future. And I just love the bat pod. I love the tumbler. I would love to have a tumbler in 1/3. That'd be insane. I don't know if I'd want that. It'd be too big almost. But getting that piece has really, I don't know, started making me question if I want to continue the life-size bust route.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I just don't know the answer.
What would make you happy though? What do you have room for? What do you have the money for? I would look at everything in particular.
I don't know. It's like I keep looking at the Batman. I love the Batman. He's phenomenal, but he takes up a tremendous amount of room in this room. And I know you guys told me that, before I even bought it. So I just don't know. It's really more of a, if I had more space, I think I might feel differently. But the space that I have right now, I just don't know. And if I don't have the bust there, I'm not sure what I'd put in that spot. It could be the Catwoman. It could be some of those movie pieces. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out what to do with my Arkham. I keep looking at them. I'm like, man, should I maybe not sold all my Arkham? Should I kept them? I don't know. I go back and forth. Do you guys do that constantly?
Yeah.
Yep. I ended up going to IKEA and getting an entertainment center and then measuring 4 or 5 times and then realizing that I could put the premium or the premium formats in the IKEA space. And then what I'm going to do is put Batman Who Laughs. Bryce knows it's safe. Batman Who Laughs and then Grim Knight on each side of the snake's cage. And then it's going to look wicked cool. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of rearranging and it takes up a lot of space and you have to think about it really, really hard. And yeah, it's a lot. It is a lot.
It is. And I don't know. I just don't know. I feel like right now I feel more torn than I think I have in a very long time. It's still in my game plan. I still am mostly focused on these guys. I really am excited about the comic book pieces. And again, going back to our friend Dan, let's talk about this guy. Comic book pieces. So this is the piece that you also had on pre-order.
I did.
And you said did. And so tell us about that. That one kills me. Tell me about this one.
Welcome back, Dan. It's intervention night.
It's intervention night for Dan. Yes.
You're going to pick on Dan tonight.
This piece, I think like many of us, I was really excited about right out of the gate, right? I mean, it's an incredible piece. I'm also super excited about my favorite artist's piece in the Hush Batcave coming out. That's everything in a Hush piece that I wanted before I bought the first Hush version 1. And from a space standpoint, I had to choose. I had to. It's like, okay, first of all, the Fabok Batman, that's on a whole different level in terms of space. I think people are going to be in for a surprise as to how much space that thing's going to take. It's enormous. In every dimension, it's enormous. I mean, it's just a special piece in terms of what it's going to need. So, I mean, you think Mr. Freeze takes up space, that thing's going to be way bigger. So, and I know what a challenge it is for me for Freeze in my room. So, I don't know. It just made sense for me to go with the Hush, and then the whole, switch on the Joker, and and guys, look, I'm one of these people that I can't have a million statues in my room. I can't stack them up because it makes me anxious. So I have to, I can't do the clutter thing. And for those that can, more power to you. I can't do it. But so I have to choose. And Hush won.
Hush won.
It looks like the Hush should be shipping soon too. We just seen.
Man, I saw that picture. It was like, oh, don't tease me.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
So I need a little intervention since we're talking about this piece. Okay, since that's what we do on the show.
I know what's coming.
Okay. So here's my display. You guys know I've got Joker, I've got Bane, I've got Deathstroke, I've got Ivy, I've got Batman Who Laughs. My plan is also to add a Talon, a Penguin, the Harley on skates. Probably she'll be right here. Yeah. Got room for maybe 3 or 4 or 5, depending on how I arrange it. This Joker will not be there. And so my plan was to have the Jason Fabok in the center, kind of the cape billowing up. It will kind of block the Batman in the base, which is okay with me because I just really wanted Bane. I didn't really care about Batman being in the base. So that was going to be my centerpiece, Batman surrounded by his villains. And I'm also getting the Hush Batcave, which I was planning on putting in the gun case over here underneath the other Batman. But then, of course, they came out with the Fabok Batman versus Joker piece.
Yeah.
So everybody was asking, hey, Chris, are you going to get both? And my answer was, yep, I am. Now I'm wondering. I want to know first, which Batman do you think would be a better centerpiece here in this display? The Batcave, the Hush Batcave, or the Fabok Batman?
Just
what do you guys
quick,
think?
Are you sure the cape is not going to completely just block the entire top shelf? Because that cape shoots up really high.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
I think it will cover Bane.
Yeah, definitely.
I can shuffle Bane over. Like I can do 4, like shuffle him more instead of the center, shuffle him over a little bit. So I think I will make it work. And if I can't, I'm going to build a whole damn new shelf.
Could do that.
I think you'll be building a new shelf.
Yeah.
The
Chris, have you?
How wide is that cape going to be?
That's what I'm looking at right now. I'm looking at the measurements. Chris, have you looked at the height on that statue, on Fabok's statue?
I have, but I haven't measured it.
It's really the height that the cape is almost
that's
tall as the statue, like the figure.
Do you have it pulled up?
I'm pulling it up right now.
Because I just happen to have a live tape measure right here.
Of course you do.
You've heard of live pre-orders. We're live measuring tonight, folks.
Measuring.
Okay, hang on.
Get your minds out of the gutter.
Okay, I'm looking.
I'm looking at your second shelf now and where their heads are, and I'm just picturing that cape just. I feel like it's
going all the way up to their heads to the back.
I don't know if it's gonna actually.
So
41 inches tall.
How much?
It is 41 inches.
41.
It's about a foot taller than the Batman Who Laughs, right?
All right, that's 12 inches
wide.
It's what, Jeff?
33 inches wide.
Yeah, there you go. Look at that.
And it's 28 inches deep?
Oh, you got the ceiling right. You sure got the ceiling.
How tall did you say it was?
41.
Holy crap.
Yep. There goes that. Can you put them in the gun case?
All right, so 41. 41 goes up.
Oh my god.
To the armband on Bane.
Yeah.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
We're gonna.
No shit.
There goes that.
That right there.
Yeah.
And that's not going to fit on that little scrawny.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to say that in a bad way. I'm sorry if I said that and it offends anybody.
It sounded bad.
You don't think it'll fit on the width of the shelf?
No way.
How deep is it?
No, 28 inches.
28.
Oh my God! Is it really 28?
That's what he said.
It's 27.55 inches.
Wow.
27.
There's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way.
27 and a half.
That's how deep it is?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's big.
This is really the first time you mentioned.
Hey, Chris, you still wondering why I canceled?
Well,
See, this was my thoughts on this statue because at some other, maybe it was the store showcase where somebody videoed the side of it, and it's the anchoring of how the cape is going onto the back, because there's a good hunk of, I guess,
material,
resin or PVC, whatever the cape is going to be, that comes out to suspend all of these pieces.
Yep.
And they're kind of at different areas on that piece coming out.
I know what you mean, Jeff. Yep.
it looks like
It's kind
the
of
back
staggered.
the back chimney looks like it holds it up too.
I want to pause right here real
Wow.
quick. We just got a $50 super chat from Chris Webb. Thank you very much, Chris. Says, I'm still very optimistic about Kevin Smith's He-Man. Sorry, just clicked in. I'm that guy. Well, thank you for randomly clicking in, Chris. I really appreciate the $50 super chat. That is incredible of you. Thank you very much. And I'm very excited about the He-Man too. I think I've heard it's going to be more of a Tila story than He-Man. So that's really interesting and awesome. I think the animation looks good. And again, just thank you very much for the $50 super chat. That was unbelievable. Thank you very much.
All right. So
wow, thank you.
you've said it. You do have a backup plan. So what if you moved your Arkham collection or even your bust? I don't know if you're still doing bust, and move all those comic pieces to the other side of the room.
Okay, so I've thought about that and doing the same thing where I have that big long row of comic book pieces. The height would be no problem there, but I would definitely have to build shelves that are deeper. These are just standard garage shelves, so it would have to come way further into the room. I have to do all new shelving, which wouldn't necessarily be a problem, but I like this Bane. I don't think he'll display as well at lower level. That's why I built him up high, because I wanted it to be able to see him. That was the whole thing. It's like, well, we wish his mask was up higher because it's looking down. Deathstroke's looking down. So if you have those at lower levels, I don't think they display as well.
So maybe keep the Hush Batcave and get the fabric diorama and cancel the regular fabric Batman.
And then try and find a place for that diorama, because his cape is about
That's
this
even
wide.
bigger. I know, it's even bigger. So what are you gonna do?
We don't have dimensions on that yet, though, right?
No.
Can you
But that
restructure?
cape is billowing out it's going to be like trying to display an open umbrella.
Yep.
Yeah.
A golf umbrella.
Guys, my heart is broken tonight.
I wanted that piece so bad too, and I measured it, and I was like, "Oh my god, the cape's going to touch my ceiling." I was like, "I can't." I was like, "There go my dreams." Like,
I told Bryce the day that I got the measurements, I was like, "This is how big it is, everything else," and he goes, "Great, where are we going to put it?" And I said, "Who cares? I'm getting it." And now it's like, okay, I'm not worried about where I'm going to put it until it gets closer. I've been aware of the dimensions, and everybody at work is like, "Are you aware of it?" I'm like, "Yeah, I don't care." I think what I'm more worried about, and it's just me, I think I'm more worried about the weight.
That's at 51 pounds.
I can't lift that. I weigh 51 pounds. So, I can't. And plus, I think my surgeon would kill me. So, I'm not worried about where it's going to go. I'm more worried about how the hell I'm supposed to get it on a display.
The assembly of that cape is going to be a 2-person job, I bet.
Yeah. And I'm not going to be able to do it.
I can tell, the one that comes to mind that's really heavy like that is the Arkham Freeze. He weighs a ton. Like he's really, I moved him once when I painted my room here last year, and I had my son help me because he's really painful to take apart because he's intricate with the way his gun and his arm works.
He has those clasps. He has those clasps on his boots.
Yep.
I always worried that they would you have to kind of like rock him down into place.
Oh yeah.
He is still, out of all the statues I've ever had, he is still the heaviest statue I've ever
weighs
handled.
a ton.
Just his body alone. The base isn't awful.
Yep.
But the body is like a lead weight.
Really heavy. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, but I bet Batman's cape's going to be tricky.
That's Prime One in general. Their statues are solid, and they're heavy. My quarter scale Prime One New 52 statues range around 30 pounds. Chris, you have them. The New 52 Batman.
New 52?
I weighed him. He's about 50 pounds.
Yeah,
that's quarter scale.
Yeah, right here.
I had him on the scale.
How much did Batman Who Laughs weigh? Because that was heavy.
He's not
He's
too
heavy,
bad.
but I don't know if he's as heavy as some.
The other one that's
He was
heavy,
pretty
funny
average,
enough,
I
is
think.
the base on Scarecrow.
I was just gonna say that, Dan.
Really heavy.
That is the heaviest Arkham base by far. Like
Yeah.
it's just the same as Freeze. It's like for some reason it's filled with lead, where all the other ones are pretty light and easy to handle. His especially, and he's not a big. It's not like he needs a lot of support.
No, not at all. No.
You still have him?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's a badass statue.
How many Arkham statues do you have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Yes. Well, Batman Who Laughs isn't. No, 6.
So 6. You're gonna have 7.
Yep.
With Harley.
Yep.
So you have them kind of spread out all over, right?
Well, I have. I have them kind of spread out. Yep, because I've got a couple Origins. I've got a couple Arkham Knight, and so I've got them spread out. They're not all in a line, if that's what you mean.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I've thought about again trying to should I sell Arkham Knight or should I keep him? Should I put Arkham Knight as part of this collection because he still could be comic booky?
Oh, I didn't even count him. That's 7.
So you all have 8
because he's out in my foyer. 7.
And it's like I still love those. Are you planning on keeping those?
Oh,
as far as you,
the ones I have, I love. I mean, Killer Croc, I love. I love Freeze. I don't think there are better versions. I love that version of Scarecrow. I've got the Arkham Origins Joker on the staircase that I absolutely love, and he kind of reminiscent to me of Alex Ross's Joker. So I've got him in front of a Joker painting.
It's an awesome piece.
So love that one. And the Arkham Knight Batman, love that one. So all these pieces, I mean, I just can't see. I don't think there are better versions necessarily of them.
This just reminds us that we need an updated room tour.
We do
to remind us of the pieces you have.
We do.
And so, do you think I should keep Poison Ivy, the Arkham City Poison Ivy pre-order? Or do you think I should not? I'm gonna get Harley.
Yeah. I personally like the Hush better. You had mentioned about.
I do too.
I'm not a huge fan of that Arkham City piece, but
it's just me.
It's the foot. It's the foot. The anatomy is just weird, and that just bugs me.
I like the foot. She's balancing. She's balancing on a tree root. Come on, your foot can't always be straight.
I challenge you to stand in that position and tell me it's a natural position.
She's on a tree root. You can't.
Chris, that's going to be a challenge in the group. Pose like that Poison Ivy and tell me that's a natural position. No way.
That could be a fun challenge.
It could be.
I'll go for that.
We'll have Ashley model for us. That'd be pretty fun.
I've done it before.
We've got
Get in that position just before you tumble completely.
Yeah, right.
As your ankle snaps.
Yeah. I mean, I've already broke my ankle once in high school. What's another time? Come on.
Oh, not fun. Not fun. Ryan sent a $10 super chat to us. He says the new BSC plan equals 1/3 villains only in their current space. Fabok, Joker, Batman in the closet. Dark Knight trilogy on wall where Arkham pieces used to be. Sell the non-Dark Knight trilogy bus. Done.
Interesting.
What do you think of that plan? Only the villains in the spot. Do you like that thought, or do you like the Batman surrounded by his villains theme?
So I have a very controversial thought for you.
Uh-oh.
I think you do a Bale bust. I think you replace your two busts on either side of your quarter scale display.
Yep.
Ooh.
And do a Ledger bust on one side, and either a Bale bust or the Harley bust on the other side.
Yes.
I've contemplated, because I'm going to need a bigger case. It adds about 9 or 10 inches, I can't remember, to the space for the premium formats. And I thought about putting the case where this case is, just having the Sideshow case right here in this spot, right behind me. And then building this case or maybe a bigger case on that bigger wall.
The whole width of that wall.
Whole width of that
because
wall.
It's got to be at least twice as wide, if not more.
It is. Especially if I did something with the Arkham shelves and, shrunk it down a little. Yeah. So that would give me a little bit more room that I could play with. I could even go lower because you're looking down the length of the room. I think you can put pieces on the floor or near the floor and still be able to stair step it up and give a little bit more height and space.
Yep.
That way for these bigger pieces. I'm just not sure. Brad Ladner with a $5 super chat as well. Thank you very much, Brad. He says, time for you to start displaying in the middle of the room. No rule. It has to go against the wall. I have 3 aisles of cases. You can do one.
Oh, boy.
I've thought about this many times, actually, Brad. And again, thank you, Brad, for the $5 super chat. You didn't have to do that. Thank you very much. I have considered it, but doing a YouTube channel is very difficult because I use this space as my photo studio. And it's like, this is where I shoot. This is where I film. And, Jeff, I'm sure you have the exact same problem where you don't feel like you could display in the middle anywhere.
Correct.
Because you film.
Mm-hmm.
So if I had a separate space, I think that I could do that. But just in this space, I just don't feel like I can.
At the same time, speaking of that, you really can't get attached to any statue because your collection is going to constantly be revolving.
Rotate. Yeah, it's going to rotate.
Yeah. It's like the Sideshow collection has evolved. It's stayed the same, but it's evolved into all the new pieces. Same could happen with my Prime 1 pieces as well. And then you have all the new pieces from Queen Studios and other, it's just like very overwhelming to try to plan anymore. But as you can see, I am very conflicted. I have no idea what I'm going to do.
It's time to head to the garage.
Is that Chris? Is that stressing you out?
It is.
You've talked about that extensively. It seems like you've strayed away from that really hard focus that you had, and it seems like it's causing you stress.
Yeah.
Not to bring the show down or anything. It's just like because you've talked so much about that.
You have, though.
Cue the music.
It's true.
We went from an intervention now.
Yeah, that was Chris intervention.
No, I know. I need the intervention. I think my downfall. I don't know. I kind of feel like it might be the bust. I don't know.
No, I think the second you went into movie pieces is what did it.
I agree with Ashley. Yep.
Because after that, like you were on a roll. You were on a roll. You're like, I'm not going to do this. I've got this. And then you all of a sudden you saw Heath Ledger, and you're like, oh, it's so pretty. I must have it.
Queen Studios fault.
Yeah, I know, and that's why.
That's true, Eric. That's
that's what I know.
I delete their webpage or something.
I think that me trying to, even like with the movie pieces, to say, okay, I'm only going to do Dark Knight. So that leaves me with, I love this Ben Affleck bust, but I'm teetering on. I'm considering on selling this one.
Okay, I'll take it.
Do you really do want it?
Does it look like I'm kidding?
Well, there you go. It's like I just don't. And I'm thinking the same. I don't know about the Margot Robbie bust either. I just don't know.
I think you need to focus again and like actually think about, like, take some time and not saying take 3 days, okay? But that's not a challenge, people.
My 3 days. That's right.
Yeah, in Chris years.
Yes, that's right.
But what I'm saying is like actually like take some time and like think about like what you want to focus on, because once you went to movie pieces, you kind of strayed. You went from movie to bus, which was a huge leap, and which was more expensive, and now you're going back to the movie thing, which is even more expensive because of the Catwoman. So, and then you're going back to, I mean, remember when you wanted to get Samurai Joker at one point? So you kind of lost focus on that, but you didn't want the rest of the line. So I think you should like really take a look at what you have, what you want to focus on, and then focus on that one thing. I can't believe I'm actually telling the Batman statue collector this because you're the expert.
I need to hear it.
But Chris, I mean, here's the deal. Like, you have an amazing collection. It's going to rotate no matter what you do. But do you want to focus on just Dark Knight? Do you want to focus on Arkham? Do you want to focus on movie pieces or bus? But I think you should focus on like one or the other. It's great that Batman's surrounded by his villains. Okay, it's fantastic. It's beautifully well done, and you've done a great job for how many years you've done this. But you really need to like bring it in now.
Yep. I think here's my biggest problem. I'm a collector, but I'm also a YouTuber.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. I am responsible for trying to bring new reviews to the channel. I'm always looking for things that I would love to see in person and collect and share with the community. But at the end of the day, it's also causing some trouble too, because now I'm conflicted. I'm kind of starting down different paths because I do have a channel. Like if I didn't collect very much, then I don't, no one would be interested in watching.
One piece, Chris, about the Arkham, I mean, busts aside, because that's really kind of more a scale thing in my mind. But one thing about the Arkham line is it's done, right? We're not likely to see more Arkham pieces, whereas the comic book pieces, there'll always be a newer version, a new statue, a different, and the same thing with the movies, really. There's likely to be new movie pieces on a pretty frequent basis. We're probably going to see a bunch more coming now with the Battinson movie and, all that. So those will continue to rotate. So I think, there's a pretty big difference there. I think the Arkham, you either hold on to them because, as a collector, you don't want to let them go, or, the other ones you just keep rotating. But
Ben says, Chris, I blame you for my newfound statue collecting. If my wife divorces me, I'm moving in with you.
No room.
That's a one scale Ben Workman you got coming in.
Hey, bud.
The what? Oh, yeah, that's right. I do. That's right. That's right. Dude, he's definitely going to take up more space than my Ben Affleck bust.
Yep.
Barbara, welcome to Barbara. She's been in the chat for just a bit here. It's good to see you again, Barbara, from Statue Mania. If you're constantly going for the next big thing, you lose enjoyment in collecting.
Yeah.
Wise words.
Absolutely.
They are wise words. And man, do we ever freaking get caught in that trap?
Yep.
Like all the time, right?
Yep.
All the time. And see, Dan, like you said, my Arkham line is what I've loved. It's been my passion for a long time.
Yep.
And then whenever it died, which I know that they've come out with the Harley then and some other things.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I'm like, well, my passion has shifted because that line died. I collected them all and I love them. But at the same time, like, they're taking up space now. I'm really focused on the comic book pieces. Obviously, they're going to continue to churn them out.
Yep.
And I'm loving everything they're churning out. I love Talon. I love the Batman versus Joker. I love I even like the other Joker that no one else seems to like, with the green smoke of doom.
Oh, you do? Oh, wow.
I do, and I
like
love it because I want to hush. I want to hush Joker.
Chris.
Yeah, you're way off. You're like,
I know.
and I don't mean to sound. I sound horrible today. My gosh, I am so sorry.
I'm getting that Joker.
But Chris, like,
I like that Joker.
You're all
Hey,
over.
see?
I like it.
Yay!
Keep them rotating. There's nothing wrong with keeping them
Yeah,
rotating.
You know
Just
what's
don't
going to
get
happen?
attached to them.
My plan was to have, like, right here, we got Batman up there. My plan right in this space right here is the Iron Studios Joker. That's where he was always going to go, right next to this Hush Batman. But then they announced a Hush Joker. So maybe I'll have Iron Studios Joker here for a while, and then 18 years later when we get the Prime 1 in.
No attachments. Sell that right now.
Yeah.
I just did a collab this week with Jetta Patrol, and we talked about space and pre-orders and the amount of time it takes. Again, I'm planning spaces for 2 years out. I got to quit doing that. I have to quit doing that. I have to plan for, I can still do that, but I still need to say, okay, this could be here for a year. This could be here for 6 months. And move on to something else. That's fine with me.
Yep.
And it's a good mentality, again, for a YouTube channel, because you're always wanting fresh content. You're always wanting fresh experiences and new art coming in. And so that part's fine. But the basics of my collection is where I'm still struggling. But you're exactly right. I need to focus on the things that I was enjoying collecting. And you need a maybe not a bigger room. I guess it's the same amount of space, but your own private room that stays the way you like it, and then a room that just where you can rotate whatever you want. I guess it's the same as having a bigger room, but yeah, I keep trying to get the living room downstairs. It's just not happening.
So what
we have family come over once a year, and you can't have those scary statues, breakable statues, when the kids come over once a year for Thanksgiving.
Or be happy with your smaller selection of a corner and keep the rest of the room rotating.
Yeah,
get
exactly.
attachment.
Yeah.
So I really apologize for steering clear here of this intervention. I did not mean to go full tilt into. It all started with the damn live measurement.
But at least you know now. Are you still gonna want to order Fabox Batman piece after measuring it, or are you gonna call it off and call it quits like Dan did?
I personally like the Fabox piece better than the Hush.
Yeah, so do I.
That's right.
So that makes me think, okay, do I have to redesign a shelf?
Wouldn't hurt.
I mean, that's kind of where I'm at with that. But again, do I need a Fabox Batman, and do I need a Fabox Batman versus Joker?
Right.
And where the hell am I going to put that?
Yeah.
Because that's a centerpiece piece.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys all love that piece, or are you not sold on it?
I love it. I personally, like I said before, I would rather have that than a full-size bust.
Yeah.
That I agree with. Although I think I like the standalone Fabox Batman better.
Better than the Dio?
I think so, for me. Because I think I like the pose of the Batman. I just think conceptually I like the Batman better. But
do you, if the Batman wasn't a space issue, would you still buy that? The Fabox? Yeah. You would still have it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a like the dollhouse perspective.
No, that was just a secondary thing. I think people that call that out, I think it's a fair, I don't know if you want to call it a criticism. It's a fair observation. But it wouldn't be the reason to stop me from getting the piece. I just think he's really well done. And I like the art. I'm a big Fabox fan. So I would absolutely get it. But Chris, by the way, did you look at the measurements of the Hush piece in that gun case? Just saying, just throwing it out there.
Great, you're gonna give Chris a heart attack. Thanks, Dan.
While Chris is measuring,
I was gonna say, all right, Ashley, hit us with the damn Hush measurements so I can figure out if it'll fit in there.
Do you think the figure of Fabric itself is impressive, or it's the cape that makes it impressive?
I actually
you actually like take away the cape and picture the figure. Do you still like it, just a figure?
So the cape itself, to me, for me, it's like a 4 out of 10. If 5 is just a cape, to me, I actually don't care for it that much. I like the figure. I think the figure himself is, and the portraits are awesome. And
yeah, for me, I think I'm more impressed by the presence of the cape, but that's the issue. It's a space hogger.
Yeah.
The height on, and I'm sorry to interrupt, the height on Hush, if you want to do measurements, let's do it.
Yeah,
I don't think
the height on Hush is 34.57 inches tall.
Okay.
That's not bad.
How deep?
How
So
deep and wide?
5 inches shorter.
22 inches.
22 deep.
22.76. So almost 23.
And
I would
that's
just put 23.
Deep or wide?
Yeah, 23 inches deep. Wide is 28 inches wide.
Yeah, that's way bigger than that gun case, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Chris jumped
definitely.
Chris might have jumped out the window.
Yeah. If he had a window, he would have jumped out.
Yeah.
How deep?
So there.
20. Just put 23, Chris. 23 inches.
Okay, that's outside of the gun case. The width, you said 28?
Yep.
28, yeah. 28, 29.
Gun case is 27.
You're screwed, buddy.
I sense more tears.
I need a drink.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, wait. I have a plan. I have a plan. May I suggest something?
Yeah.
Before you start crying.
I see. It couldn't even, like, I was thinking, like, could it fit up there on top? Nope, it couldn't even fit there.
So here's my suggestion. First I'm going to ask you something, and then I'm going to suggest it. How many shelves have you built in that room?
Like, built?
Yeah, built.
This big one right here, this big
Okay.
one for Bane.
What I suggest, and then I kind of want to see what you think, is maybe take that one out, build a bigger one. That way it kind of helps your situation. Because what you're coming down to is the shelves aren't big enough for these statues. So if you're able to build a shelf that's big enough, you might be able to fix your problem altogether to where maybe you can customize it to fit more than just that one statue. Do you understand what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yep. See, my wife she's like, you really should put custom shelves in this room. You should get, have all these custom shelves. And I'm like, no, because it's constantly changing. There's no way in hell I can ever accommodate any of these statues in like if you create a wood box
right
for them to fit in, they're never going to fit.
But
But Chris,
same conversation with my wife.
But here's the thing, though. Okay, this is why I'm suggesting doing a custom shelf, because you already have two pieces. You have Hush and you have the Jason Fabok version. Okay, and they're very close in size. So what's not to say that you get another Prime One piece and it's almost between the two sizes? Where are you going to put it? You're going to have the same issue. So what is it going to hurt to build a shelf that is actually that it kind of is custom for pieces like that? I mean, Jeff Delaney, one of the first videos I ever watched from you guys, this was like, I think over a year ago, was that, and I reached out to you, was the Gladiator shelves, because I had large. Do you remember that? I had very large pieces, and the one thing I was so grateful for was knowing that there was shelves out there that was like this. And I mean, it does work. Those things are built wide enough, big enough, and strong enough for something like that. It wouldn't hurt to kind of like go in that direction. Just an observation.
Well, all of my shelves, except for this one I built, they're all garage shelving. I've just wrapped them in wood, so they're adjustable.
You're still not using the bottom of those, are you? I'm
not. And the problem I've always said is because my room is narrow enough that you have to kind of be on the floor to be able to see what's down there.
Yeah.
Also, the 1/3 scale does not fit all that great underneath.
Okay.
And it's hard finding good low displaying pieces that look good on the bottom.
It is.
So let me just go back. Space aside, display it aside. A, do you think I should keep Batcave and Fabok? And part 2, if I'm going to get the Joker versus Batman diorama, is it stupid to have both Batman and that diorama?
It's not stupid.
Here's what I think. I think you probably want all 3 of those pieces.
Sure.
And I think you just need to be brutal about parting with some pieces to make room for those.
I think the older pieces against the other wall,
There goes the Arkham.
gone.
Yeah.
And I would move those guys behind you over to that wall.
What would you put on this one then?
The PFs.
Oh, you
I'd
mean
move
put
them in there.
the PF display right there?
Yeah, and move those guys over. And because the Arkham, they're older, they're not as dynamic. Move them on.
And there are pieces, you have at least a few pieces that could fit on a bottom shelf and be visible. That new Iron Studios Joker with the portrait you prefer is looking up. He would work on a low shelf.
Maybe Ivy. I'm looking at Ivy behind you. Maybe she'll work on the bottom.
I don't like to put stuff down there. Like I like to have it, eye level.
So would I, but I would have to do like 9 pieces if I didn't use the bottom shelf right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in a perfect world, right?
Yeah.
Dark Ranger 7 says Jeff's speaking truth. Good points.
Yes.
By the way, that Iron Studios Joker, I just got a text a few minutes ago, is now in stock at Iron Studios. For those who want to order it, you can add it to your cart right now.
Nice. Well,
and the Catwoman on Batpod is waitlisted.
Wow.
It's waitlisted. Wow, that's
Big ballers are spending.
yeah. And I don't know how many certain places, how many they got, like their numbers.
Yeah.
I think Queen Studios said that theirs were sold out on their end.
I think there was 888.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Right?
888. Yeah.
Wow.
So I am glad I went ahead and bit the bullet. I don't like spending that money. It makes me nauseous. Still to this day, I'll be nauseous for 2 or 3 years until I get it in hand.
Made me nauseous.
Yeah. Yeah. But I don't know. I think I need to rip off a Band-Aid.
Yep.
And I think I am gonna start with our Batman bust. So Ashley, if you're serious,
We'll talk after the show.
We'll talk after the show. But I think I need to start there. Okay, so that went way out. Like I said, that went way off of off the tracks, so to speak. But yeah. Also, we were talking to Eric. Eric, you were kind of thinking about changing some things up big time because your space is limited as well of what you're going to display. Tell everyone what you were thinking on your end.
Unlike you, I had a revelation and I feel better now.
Maybe, so your situation might not be as bad as this jumbled mess that I've created.
Yeah, we had that reveal of the XM Batman Who Laughs, and I was like, man, I really like that statue. I want it. So I was like, the height was throwing me off though, because I would want to display it with the wings, and I think they were saying with the wings it was like 30 inches tall. My shelves are fixed. I can't move them. I have them, fixed in place so they don't ever collapse or move. So the only space I have is the bottom level, which is 32 inches. So I already moved some stuff. I moved my Superman and Cyborg. I swapped them two with my Rogues Batman villain guys over there, Harley, Joker, and Ivy, for the time being. I plan to actually get rid of those. And the original plan was to put Batman Who Laughs down there. But I knew that's not coming out for like another year or two by the time it ships out. So I was like,
the XM Batman.
Yeah, the XM. So I was like, for the time being, I'm just going to order the Prime 1 Brainiac. I've always wanted a Brainiac. Anytime the topic comes up, what piece do you want to see be produced? I'm like, I want to see Sideshow make a Brainiac premium format. And the reason I want to see Sideshow do it is they make smaller pieces, and I was originally going to expand my collection off to the sides. I have room on the sides, and I was going to put like a Brainiac over there. But now I'm like, wow, well, now that I have all this space down there, if I sell these guys, I can get the Prime 1 Brainiac, which I've always wanted. I just never had the space for it. So this week, actually tonight, I paid. I have Prime 1's Brainiac coming in. Should hopefully be here maybe next week.
Congratulations.
I'm going to sell.
Awesome.
I'm selling as much as I love Batman to me comes first before the Justice League, but this collection behind me is so much Justice League to where when I only had the Batman villains, it felt off to me. Every time I looked at that one shelf where it was Batman villains and then just Justice League surrounded around them, it's thrown off my OCD. So I was like, as much as I like the Joker, as much as I like the Harley, and as much as I like the Ivy, it just felt out of place. So I do have Batman Sanity, on the other side of my room. That's a great Batman representation of those characters. I'm going to keep my Batman Sanity. I'm selling my Batman quarter scale villains, and for now, Brainiac quarter scale is going there. I still want the XM Batman Who Laughs, so I don't know. That's a toss up right now. Let's see what happens with that. But I have like a year before Batman Who Laughs comes in, so I have Sideshow Batman Who Laughs also, so I could possibly fit the Sideshow Batman Who Laughs with Brainiac. We'll see. I know Brainiac's a big piece. He takes up a lot of space, so he's like 30 inches tall, and he has those tentacles flying around. So, but it feels so good just moving those pieces and seeing the Justice League on the top 4 cubes and having my villains on the bottom 2. I feel so much better because every day I would stare and just see Joker on the middle shelf, and it just felt off to me. It just didn't look right with the whole Justice League wrapped around them. So I feel better.
Well, first of all, again, congratulations on Brainiac. I do think that is one of the coolest pieces that Prime One's done, especially the base. Like that base with the purples is just an incredible piece. So congratulations. I am very excited for you to get that piece.
Yeah, I was actually watching one of your reviews this week on it.
I think you're going to be real happy with it for sure. Real quick, $10 super chat from Ed5. Thank you very much, Ed. He says, "Good morning, Rogue. Sorry I am late." No worries. Thank you very much for being here. I really appreciate it. Thank you for being a member, and again, thank you for the $5 super chat. That was so cool of you. Thank you. I don't know if the A is that Australian. Maybe I'm not sure.
I think so.
Yeah, Australian dollar. So thank you very much for that, Ed. So anybody else like Ashley? You might be in the bus business, I guess. Maybe like what? So like is anybody else changing it up?
I don't really change things up. I'm too picky, and I think Ezra, if he's in the chat, he could definitely agree with this. I am so beyond picky. And you kind of already know. I just kind of get what I really like. I don't really have. I mean, it's Batman. Everybody knows that I like Batman. So if it's Batman, I like it. But it really has to be something I like in order to have it in the collection. I mean, I have 30 years worth of stuff. Okay, but it's 30 years of stuff that I've been picky on. Yeah. And I mean, it's not like something I look at Sideshow's website every day. Okay, every day. And every day I look at it and go, okay, that's cool. But nothing has blown me away in some time. I mean, one thing that I did like was the bus that you got, Chris. I really liked it. But it was either that or do I hold out for Batman Who Laughs? And it was, I held out for Batman Who Laughs. And it just so happens, I got it.
You got it.
But, now it's like, okay, well, I still save and I'm picky and everything else. I mean, I just got Ivy. I just put a down payment on Ivy, which was the Tweeterhead version.
Tweeterhead, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I've been waiting for that since you did the review on it. So, I mean, I just get what I like, and I don't really, if somebody's like, oh, there's not a real theme there, well, it's not your cave, so.
Yeah, that's right. Well, one thing that you said that I absolutely love, and I'm sure everybody agrees, and you tell me if I'm wrong, but there is no better feeling than scrolling through and saying, nah, don't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like for everything that I get excited about, I'm way more excited for all the stuff I don't want to buy. Like, thank God I don't like that.
Yeah. And it's funny because I'll go into work and it'll be like today was a slow day. And it's even my boss comes by and she's like, anything new? And I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. I'm not anxious to get anything. I mean, but there is something that you guys have mentioned, which is, and I think it was Chris and Dan, which is when you get the piece that you're really excited about, then you pay for it. And it's that waiting game. And then that excitement leaves. Well, the excitement only leaves until it's received. and then you get it, and then you have to. It's like you're a kid on see if I'm wrong, but it's like you're a kid on Christmas. You just got the coolest thing ever, and now you want to show everybody, and it's like, oh my gosh, guess what I got? Woo! And now it's like in your collection. It seems like it's this moment of success where you finally, after how many months and like 2 years, you finally got it. It's a big successful moment. Yeah, you're gonna lose some feelings with it because you're not excited, but there's a part of you that if you get it, you're like, yes, finally.
It just goes to show you this hobby is like a big roller coaster.
It is.
Mhm.
It definitely
It's
is
just
that.
like ups and downs and twists and turns, and it is crazy, all the emotions and all of the nuances that go with this hobby. Because you're exactly right. I don't know, it's just crazy. How about you, Jeff? Any directional change? Jeff Delaney or Jeff Morris? Do you guys see yourself kind of keeping steady, or do you feel like there's any change afoot? I know, Delaney, you've been running out of room.
I'm out of room.
Yeah.
And I've got several things on pre-order, so I do have to make those difficult decisions. I've already got a half a dozen pieces on my website that I want to sell.
Tell people where they can go.
Detective27.com. That's where you can go for comics and statues and all kinds of fun stuff. The only shift for me is that I've only got 3 movie pieces in my collection right now: the Sideshow Aquaman, the Sideshow Hulk maquette, and the Affleck Prime 1/3. But I've got 4 coming in, all from Queen Studios, 3/4 scale and 1 bust. So that's a change for me. I'm not sure where they're going to go. I'm curious what the quality is going to be like. I think, like you guys were talking about, their 1/3 scale stuff seeming to be a bit small. I think the same is true of their 1/4. Just the dimensions are significantly smaller than what you see from Sideshow. But I am pretty much skipping or keeping to my quarter scales for the most part, except for that Vision bust coming in. And then I still have to decide about the Linda Carter Wonder Woman at 1/3 scale, which I really like. But again, I hate it. Yeah.
Are you concerned at all that like they had that Vision bust at Wonderfest and then we didn't see it again?
That's true.
Sure.
Yeah, it was kind of like they showed the same stuff over and over and over. I mean, there were a million pieces of pictures of some of it, but that you only caught it in the background and it was covered up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I thought that was a little weird.
Yeah.
Maybe they feel like they're going to tweak something, or maybe something happened to it at the show floor or something. It's possible. There's a lot of freaking people there.
To Queen Studios' credit, Chris, you did a poll, or someone I forget his name. It's a collector, always has amazing collection. We did a comparison of Prime 1 and the Queen Studios Dark Knight Batman. And I think when he measured the piece, the Queen Studios was actually accurate compared to the Prime 1.
Yeah,
so
that's
the Prime 1. Yeah.
But then we talk. Yeah, we say that the Prime 1 is, a lot of people feel like they're oversized. People have measured the Queen Studios pieces, and they say that is, transferred to the actual height of the actor. Whether that's correct or not, I don't know. That's what I said. It just sucks because I don't feel like you can mix companies. I don't feel like you can display this 1/3 scale Joker with the Prime 1 1/3 scale Joker, and then I'm getting the Queen Studios 1/4 scale with the grenades.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's really tiny looking.
It's 20 inches tall, but the base can't be more than 2 inches tall.
No, it's very small.
So that translates to like a 6-foot Heath Ledger. I don't know how tall he was.
He was 6'4", I think.
Oh, really?
6'3". Yeah, he was tall.
Oh. Well, then maybe it's a little small. But even if it was correct at 20 inches is a small quarter scale.
I apologize. He was 6'1". I just looked it up.
Oh, okay.
So he's actually shorter than me. I'm surprised. I thought he was taller.
So the scale's correct, but the statue is going to be short than all of the Sideshow ladies.
Yeah. I know.
So it's going to look small even though it's scaled correctly.
I love that statue. I love the pose. I bought the sculpted hair, but if I'm getting a bunch of 1/3 scales, should I just cancel it? Is it going to look really weird with a bunch of 1/3 scale statues in this little quarter scale and then maybe a life-size bust? Because I am going to buy that Infinity Studios no matter what. That will be coming because that's just my favorite Joker. So that's going to happen even if I don't have any other busts in the collection. That one will.
Yeah. I think that Queen Studios Joker at Ledger is going to look small in your collection.
I do too.
You just can't display different scales together.
Yeah.
If they're on the other side of the room, that's fine, but it just doesn't work to display them together.
Yeah, true.
So I've ever since I saw some of the videos, I'm like, man, the videos look great. I just got some footage to share with you guys on the channel, and it really shows him really awesome. Like it really shows him well. But I'm like, I think he's going to be too small.
It's going to be like the Sideshow Dark Knight pieces, which I had the Batman. I think you had the Joker at one point. They seem
I had both.
Yeah, they're smaller compared to regular 1/4 pieces. Just that's the base or whatever it is. I don't know.
But they're both phenomenal. Ashley, I think you just sent me. Are you selling those?
What?
The Dark Knight Joker and Batman? Maybe that was somebody else.
I think that was somebody else.
All right. It said Ashley, but maybe it was a different Ashley in the Facebook group.
Indeed.
Amazing pieces, but they just scale smaller compared next to everything else.
Chris, I have that one on order too, the Queen Studios quarter scale ledger, and I'm just not going to display it. I'm going to display all my Queen Studios actor likenesses together as a theme. So he's going to go with the Tom Holland Spider-Man and with the Gal Gadot Wonder Woman, and they're going to be all together rather than trying to do it by, character.
But they're all quarter though.
Yeah, like a movie section. Yeah.
So I will have a quarter scale ledger here, a quarter scale Prime 1, maybe a life size, and a 3rd scale Catwoman on a bat pod.
Yeah.
And you're gonna put them in the closet.
Maybe. Yeah, let's see.
Have you? I'm kind of curious. Have you designed that closet yet? Have you laid it out to figure out how exactly it's gonna fit everything?
No, I've been dreading it.
That's an afterthought.
Yeah, I've been dreading it.
You're gonna have to face your fear, buddy.
I know. It's coming. But again, if Catwoman, I've got 2 years on Catwoman, at least probably. And they haven't even put the Infinity Studios bust up for pre-order yet. So it's like, I got time. And this room may change a million times before that. Which is obviously after tonight, it's going to have to.
Has your wife said that you could use the living room at all? Has she, said what's available out of curiosity?
Well, she says there's no chance.
Oh, well, that's sweet.
There's just that's the kids' play area. They have their video game system set up. I've even offered to make this room their video game room if I could have the living room. There's just so many more options, so many angles, so many different walls that I could do a lot with. There's a lot more separation too. I'm all about separation. Like if I have some space, like Arkham over here, comics over here, Sideshow over here, I really like the separation. I could do a bust here, a bust on this short wall. But maybe I should do a living room tour of just to show you the possibilities of what it could look like. But I might do that. Then maybe people could offer advice of something that'll never happen. But we'll see. But yeah, I would love to do the living room. We've even talked about that under the garage space. But where does all the storage stuff go then? It's like, it's just, and there's like a built-in workshop in there. And so it's, I don't know. I think this is where I will be. So I got to make it work. I just have to keep tooling. Apparently I'm gonna have to cancel half my pre-orders because they won't freaking fit. I'm really disappointed about the measurements on the Batcave. Man, I didn't even think about, I didn't think it wouldn't fit.
And what's funny is that the smaller pieces of your pre-order are the ones that don't fit. You have giant life-size busts on pre-order.
I know. And they fit on a garage shelf just fine. Like that Batman fits great.
Oh, really? All right.
Yeah, it's on a garage shelf.
Yeah, not that deep.
Not that deep. But these Prime 1 bases, like that, and that, to be honest, that's what's been so great about the Arkham pieces.
Yep.
Very small bases. They're very accommodating. I could fit 4 figures on one garage shelf. where like I couldn't fit that Bane. I mean, that Bane would never fit on a garage shelf. That's
So
why
that Bane takes up more space than that. Like say like that. What's his face? Affleck's bust, like depth wise.
Oh yeah, way more.
Oh wow.
That base is the biggest base I've ever seen with the Batman tumbled into the mud. It's craziness. Well, we've definitely not figured out anything tonight, have we?
Right back to where we started.
Barbara brings up the point, I have displays all over the house. Yeah, that's because you have a really cool husband and you're an awesome wife that will do, you guys have them all over, which is freaking awesome. I love that. I love that.
When Bryce and I had the 3-story home, he asked for 2 things, the kitchen and the garage. Do you think he got any of that? He got the room under the stairs. To this day, he still calls himself Harry Potter.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's got the little cupboard under the stairs. That's right. That's
You just have to randomly start moving things into another room.
Yes, that's
How'd
what
that guy there?
Hold on.
That's what
Pemrika says, I've got Bane on a garage shelf. How?
They have some pretty wide ones.
Yeah.
Wide and deep, yeah.
Yeah.
See, maybe the one, like, I'm thinking of, I think they're called, maybe they're Gladiator, or they're like the really, really super heavy duty ones. Like, we have one in our garage with all of our sports equipment on it. And that's what I was going to buy for the Sideshow. I thought, well, it's going to be it's a little bit longer than anything else I can buy, and I could fit more premium formats on that, and it fits in this space with no problem. So I'm like, that would be perfect.
Yeah.
But maybe I need to look into it for the Prime 1. I didn't even really think about it for the Prime 1 stuff. But maybe I need to think about that.
How wide is the Bane?
Oh, geez. Hey, it's time to do some more measuring, folks.
Yeah.
Here we go. The depth on Bane.
It's tool time.
The depth on Bane is about 27 inches deep.
Oh,
Wow.
Width-wise, I'm not sure I can get to him really, but let me. Let's see. It's about 28.
Wow.
That's about the size of the
That's a big footprint.
jeez, man.
I just can't believe how big the footprint is on Hush.
Yep,
So
What was Hush again?
do you have room for him, Dan?
I do. I have a spot for him. Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
the problem is with your collection, Chris?
Say that again.
The problem with your collection is that you've got a full collection of quarter-scale rogues, a full collection of 1/3 scale rogues
Yeah.
of the same characters.
I know.
So you're
Yeah.
probably in trouble.
So do you think I should cut somewhere?
Yeah. What if you limited yourself to 1 statue per character except Batman?
Oh my God.
I'm just saying that's what
Now
most
he's
people
really
do.
It would.
That's like selling my favorite child. I can't do it. Oh, which one's my favorite? Oh boy.
You're going back to like 10 interventions ago when he was thinking about selling all the quarter scale rogues.
I'm just saying, do you
Yeah,
really need more than one of the same character?
I agree. I absolutely agree with Jeff on that.
Logistically, you're correct. But
Logistically.
mentally and emotionally, I'm not there.
Give it 3 days. Okay. Give it 3 days.
Like
It's an intervention. We're coming there. We're taking all your statues.
Well, I've got the quarter scale Sideshow Batman. I've got the quarter scale Prime 1 Sideshow Batman. I've been debating whether to see if I do get that bigger shelf, if I should put the one with him from Prime 1 in the center. Sell the Sideshow one with the nunchucks or the blades. So that would eliminate one piece.
I'm just looking at that monster huge Bane behind you and wondering,
Yeah.
why are you getting the Sideshow Bane?
Because it goes in the Sideshow case.
Oh, man.
Right?
I agree with Jeff on this. I think you have too many characters of the same thing and that you should downsize. That way it would help you. I know it sucks and I know that it's emotional and mentally draining, but it would help you with space
Oh, so that,
and
like,
money.
could you imagine me only having one Joker?
Well, I mean,
Cool.
the thing is, you can take 1 or 2 characters like Batman and Joker and go crazy if you've created the space by selling your duplicates of other characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was one time where I thought that I could do just a Batman Joker collection because they're my favorite. Those two.
Mm-hmm.
I love the other characters as well, obviously, but those are my two. Those are my favorites. So I'm like that could be kind of neat if I just did like even paring down my Arkham collection. I still have Scarecrow. I've got Arkham Knight, Batman, Joker, Deathstroke, and Two-Face, and Harley coming. But I thought, well, I could pare that maybe down just to Batman and Joker.
Listen,
You know?
you're going back to great advice if you had a private collection. You have a YouTube channel.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Keep it rotating.
Yep.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
I think that's the only realistic thing is just keep something till it stops. Move it on.
What are you the most bored with? I'm kind of curious. What statue are you the most bored with where if you stopped looking at it, you'd be like, I could do without. And I ask that of all of you. What is the statue that you are like, you don't really look at anymore, you're not really impressed with, but you're like, I got it, so it's okay?
It's a good question.
Those are boxed up.
Then
And
Why do you?
They're boxed open for sale on my website.
That's when you
Okay,
really
well,
don't.
Then Jeff, you don't count in this equation. Okay? You're logical, and I'm gonna need you to stop.
I love it.
Listen,
I love
I
it.
just came to the conclusion last night. I am not happy with my Pogo Joker or Harley. As much as I love the Harley Quinn, drove me crazy every day. I would look at her, and it was so hard to see her face. Now I can see her face, but she's on the bottom shelf where I don't like her. But there's some statues, like, if they can't display from every angle perfectly, it drives me crazy. And that's just one, as well as it's done, it's one of those pieces. It's got to go until they come out with something better.
Chris.
Oh, I'm not going first. Dan, how about Dan and
How's your
Jeff?
plan? You're going
Jeff
second.
went first, then it was Eric.
I can name a few more. So listen, I have an entire New 52s collection here, which most people hate. The reason I love it is because they all look good together. They display well together. They're all proportionally, except for maybe Batman, look good together. And before that, things drove me crazy to where this, as you know, there might be better statues. There's definitely better statues I can have in these cases. These make me happy because they look good together. And that's important to me.
Yeah.
I think, and I mean, if I look at all of them and I love them all, but I probably tend to look at the Sideshow pieces less,
Mhm.
which kills me. But I've been waiting for so many pieces for so long in that display. Like, we got Freeze and Scarecrow. I'm very happy with them. I'm happy with the whole display, but I tend to look at that display less.
Do you think it's the scale?
It could be because it's the smallest thing around, everything else big.
Yeah.
It's also tucked in a cabinet that I have lit. I don't always have the light turned on, so sometimes it just kind of maybe fades in the background a little bit.
I wonder if that's going to happen with your closet. If you
Yeah.
get your Dark Knight display going in the closet, are you going to be having the same problem with that?
What if I put the Sideshow display in the closet?
You could.
You could.
Yeah.
I mean, would you appreciate it more because you have it out more, or would you still be bored with it? I mean, I know you're not bored with any of your pieces, but you know what I mean.
I think I'm just bored with it because there's nothing new announced. You know, like there's nothing to excite. Like if they said today that, oh, we're also now going to, because Scarecrow and Freeze came out about the same time.
Yeah.
If tomorrow at Sideshow Con they said, hey, we're going to be doing a Two-Face and Riddler or Penguin, I'd be excited again.
Yeah, but problem is you already sold your 1/3 Freeze, so now you have no
Yeah.
Freeze, you have no Killer Croc.
Yeah.
No, I mean I have them
still
in my
have your
Sideshow.
I know I'm saying if you sold your Sideshow.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm not planning on doing that. Like I love this collection,
I thought
but
that's
to me
where we're
the
going.
wow factor isn't there compared to the excitement of some of these larger scale pieces. But I love 1/3. That's my favorite scale.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, a lot to think about. I think I'm way more confused now than I was at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, a lot more measuring.
Yeah, a lot more measuring.
Measure that closet and see if the Sideshow pieces fit in there.
I think I'm going to have to cancel the Hush.
You have
Hush,
two Hush
no.
pieces, so
I just don't have the. Again, don't you think the Fabok Batman, if I figure out the display option, don't you think that would be a better centerpiece Batman than the Hush Batman would be, surrounded by the villains?
I mean, I'm getting that piece, and I love that piece, and I'm going to agree with that and say yes.
I
Fabok?
like it better, but you got to take into consideration the size of the height of that cape, as long as it's not blocking the villains behind it.
Yes.
Okay. So you're voting Fabok.
Fabok, if you have as long as the cape's not blocking everybody. Yeah.
What do you guys think, Jeff, Dan? Jeff?
Hush. I hate the cape on the Fabok. Have since the moment I saw it. Then when I saw that side view, I'm like, that would really, 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 really bug me to see it from that angle because it looks so unnatural. Because from the side, it did not look like a cape. It looked like
good point.
a sculpture.
It
Logistically, it has to be like that to make it work.
Yeah.
I understand it, but it's too raggedy looking to me. Bugs me. The Hush sculpted cape, I like. The diorama cape, I like. It's that. Hate it. I think that had they thought about it, they could have come up with another way maybe, but that really bugged me. When I saw it, I'm like, that does not look like a $1,400 statue to me.
Wow.
Okay. Appreciate that.
Point.
Dan, what do you think?
So conceptually, I think, it's not because it's the one that I'm getting, but the Hush is a better fit for what you're describing. The Fabok Batman he's in action. It's kind of a dynamic piece. The cape's dynamic, et cetera, et cetera. You know how what comes to mind is actually Eric's Sanity piece, right? You know how Batman is kind of in the middle and he's stoic and he's looking and everything is happening around him? I kind of can envision that as the Hush is more, to me, it kind of resembles that approach more. And I really like that about the Sanity piece. I think the concept is awesome.
Yeah.
It's kind of happening around him. And I can kind of see the Hush looking similar.
I don't quite know how to do that Fabok cape with the others.
I don't think
if you have anything behind it.
Yeah.
You can't.
You won't be able to have anything behind that. Yeah, I agree.
You can't.
Dan, do you still have the original Hush where he's crouched down?
No, I sold it. Yep, I sold it.
Do you regret it?
No, not at all. No, especially with the new one coming.
Because that was my next question. Which one would you rather keep?
The new one by far. I love the Batcave aspect of it. I love the bats flying around him, and Hush being one of my favorite stories. I got the bonus sculpt with the bandages and with the Hush.
Yeah, that's a good portrait. Yeah.
I can't wait to have it in my collection. I'm really looking forward to it.
What do you think of this over here, all villains, where my Arkham pieces, all Batman?
Do you have the room for it? Will it fit?
Oh, Batman.
I would make it fit, but have a Hush Batman next to a Fabok Batman next to a whatever. What did I say? Sorry, Hush.
I think the Batman will blend together.
Yeah.
Doing that.
It's going to be too much.
Well, on the other hand, I don't think the Batman pieces that you're talking about necessarily, I think they're standalone pieces. I don't think they
need villains.
I don't think they display very well with other pieces. So I could see you lining those up as kind of a Batman shelf, because I'm not sure surrounding them with Batman villains really works with those pieces.
Because we could even you can keep the Arkham Batman. You can do all the different versions of him.
You're the Batman statue collector, man.
Mm-hmm.
You can even have you can even mix movie Batmans in with those.
Yes, you could.
Yeah.
It's just a thought.
You have good suggestions.
Super Geek Toy says, Chris, is your mind melting? Oh, it's gone. It is melted. It is melted. So with that said, you guys want to look at some photos real quick?
Yes.
Sure.
Sure.
Chris, I'm afraid
I don't think I could take much more of this.
Chris, I'm afraid I'm going to have to drop for this part of the show, so I apologize.
That's okay.
But I've got to run, so have fun looking through the pictures. I'll be watching.
All right. Well, thanks for being here.
Bye,
Appreciate it,
Dan.
All right,
man.
guys.
Thank you.
Take care, guys.
See you soon.
See ya. Bye, everybody.
Okay. Mind melted. All right.
The scary thing is we're all talking about
my
Queen
mind.
Studios and these full-scale busts, and we're just ignoring the fact that XM has a quarter-scale DC license. They're going to be putting
Oh
out.
my God, I forgot about them.
See, that's going to be a thing, probably.
What I got out of tonight is you should have ordered Batman Sanity by XM, and you should never order from Queen Studios.
Well, I think the XM, depending on if I like it or not, it's going to have to be either XM or Sideshow. I don't think there can't be both
Right.
for me. I just can't be, unless there's just like a one awesome standalone piece that I love or something like that. But
You mean you wouldn't mix Sideshow and XM quarter-scale pieces?
I don't think they'll look good together. Do you?
I don't think so.
Sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't. That's been a real thing with the X-Men quarter scales. Some collectors are mixing those two, and with some characters it does work, others it doesn't.
Well, speaking of X-Men, this was the big reveal this week of the Storm Premium format. And what do you guys think of this one?
Actually, do.
I think it's beautiful.
Yeah, I think they did. It looks really nice.
Yeah,
I
I
love-
love the pose. I love the flying pose. I think they did a great job. I think it's going to be very successful for them. The paint is fantastic.
Yeah,
I love the sheen. It's just
Mhm.
I
beautiful.
love the blue at the bottom. The way the blue is coming off the base on black looks like that black canary.
Yep.
Like there's some reflection going on.
Right. Oh yeah, you're right. Good point.
It's really pretty. I love the
Let's-
gold on the outside of the cape.
Hmm.
Some people have already suggested that there might be a variant.
It's-
I could definitely see that.
The black costume variant.
Yes.
Yeah, that could happen. I mean, I wouldn't imagine it to be anytime soon, but it would be logical to use that.
That'll be a Jeff Delaney purchase.
Yeah.
As a black costume variant of this piece, I think would be beautiful.
I do too. But
It'd
I
be
mean,
really
like,
nice.
again, I love how the sheen, that shine, it just looks like satin.
Yeah,
Really beautifully painted. I don't know who sculpted this one.
I do.
Oh, is it Canale?
No, it's Mark Newman, but Will Harbottle did the portrait.
Oh, nice. That's a great combo there.
Yep.
Really nice.
And Cat
Beautiful.
painted it.
I think this will be real popular. I know that people have been wanting to Storm for a long time, and I think she looks great. And
she's
I
600.
she's what?
She's $600. That's a little bit lower than we've been seeing for quarter scale.
Wow.
That's great. I hope that
Love it.
continues to trend down.
The way they've engineered the base and the leg looks good.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love all the details. I think it's an amazing statue. There's just something about the position of maybe the portrait that just it throws me off. Where I feel like I get what they're going for, but I feel like it's a little stiff looking. I don't know, just a little bit. Like it's like a nitpick, slight nitpick. Maybe if the head was turned
Arched a little bit more or something, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's something just feels off about it to me. I don't know.
I do love, and I can't remember if somebody mentioned it already, but the blue
Yeah.
there on the boots. Is that what you were talking about, Jeff?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just really nice. There's another picture of the portrait.
It's great.
Looks really good.
It does
It
look
does.
really nice. I think this one will be real popular.
Yep.
They didn't show any swap outs yet, right?
No, they have not.
No,
Any. So there's
Well,
only
also-
one portrait.
Is that like so we know there's only going to be one portrait, or we don't know yet?
A little bird told me.
Okay,
nice.
so maybe it'd be
doesn't
like
It
Ooh,
could be an exclusive, but it's not a portrait.
I like that.
Maybe a portrait or a paint or a art print.
I don't know. Or there might not be one. I don't know, but I know there's not a second portrait.
I can't imagine a proximity on this one.
I can't either. And the fact that they said it's $600 leads me to believe that there's no exclusive. Otherwise, it would be the normal staggered
Yeah.
Okay.
100 and 620 or whatever.
I think you're exactly right.
Yeah,
Nothing wrong with that. You don't always need an exclusive. So
exactly.
I threw these in. We talked about these earlier. I wanted to get Dan's opinion because I knew that he had pre-ordered this week. But again, these photos just justify I'm very excited about this Heath Ledger piece. And it's just funny how so many people didn't like it. And now that everybody's seen these photos, they're like, okay, it's the studio shots just sucked. And they didn't capture him at all compared to what we're seeing here. So I'm excited about this one.
Yep.
I still love it since day one.
This one we got a teaser just a little bit ago for the Scarecrow from Tweeterhead. I have seen this basically finished, not quite, but it is really coming along. I think this one will be very, very popular, and this is I think it's going to be another big hit for Tweeterhead. What do you think, Jeff?
Yeah, I think it will. I actually was texting with Igo today, and Tweeterhead has done a really good job of building a core group of sculptors that are phenomenal and producing stuff like this and the Superman and the coming Wonder Woman. They're really, boy, oh boy, some of their sculptors are just amazing.
Yeah, everybody's going to love what's coming out. Speaking of Wonder Woman, we did get this render teaser. We had kind of seen the shadow pose, but I know a lot of people are really excited about this one, including Mr. Delaney.
I'm very excited about this. I've seen most of this, and it's going to be beautiful and it's sexy and it's going to be very successful.
Awesome piece. We also got some teasers of Tweeterhead working on a new Green Lantern. Kind of give you an idea of the pose and which character this is.
So John Stewart.
Yep, that's right. And we also got this teaser today. Did you see this one?
Yeah,
Yes.
It's cool. It's a good idea to have the Sinestro lantern there.
Yeah, I thought that was really nice. Kind of melted into the base with smoke billowing up. So it adds a little pop of color too, which I thought was nice.
Definitely.
So the full reveal obviously is coming soon, so stay tuned. We also got some teaser renders of the 1/6 scale Green Arrow.
Mm-hmm.
And we also got some prints of him also. They're still they might tweak the color a little bit, but
I didn't see that yet. It looks good.
So it's nice that I know a lot of the 1/6 scale collectors kind of felt left out. But then kind of moving.
I think they still feel left out. This was the only one, right?
I think this is the only one
Yeah.
that I know of. So it'll be interesting to see what they do.
Yeah.
I also got kind of the front view of Zatanna.
I forgot about this. Is a quarter scale, right?
Yeah.
I was thinking about ordering this.
This could be a problem.
Yeah, back to the problems because I
Back to the problems. You can
I kind of
see
wanted this.
the kind of the octopus space with the keys looks really good. The dragons or the bats or whatever's flying out of the book.
Yep.
I think this will be, depending on the portrait, this could be a very big hit too.
Indeed.
Yeah, there he is.
Where's those?
The army of bats.
Looks good.
That's cool. I love seeing factory photos.
Yeah.
It's amazing how they just make
Mhm.
every single paint job look the same.
Wow.
Is Chris Rosen or
No, I don't. Maybe he's muted.
Oh, am I back?
yeah,
You're
back.
back.
I'm sorry. I was talking about Batman. I didn't realize my mic was muted.
You were muted.
We thought you were in like
Probably better I don't talk about it this piece anyway. After tonight, but whatever.
Did you want to measure some more?
I don't. I need a new freaking room. This was shown. We talked about all the pieces on our reaction show, but this one was not shown yet. But it was the next day. So this is the Steppenwolf life-size bust from Queen Studios. Look at the detail on this, guys.
I can't wait to see the paint job on this because it's so reflective in the movie. I'm just imagining how they're going to pull that off.
Yeah. I think it'll be really awesome. I think Queen Studios does a really nice job with paint, especially on their Iron Man pieces. That metallic, I can see them really doing a nice metallic color, but I just can't get over the detail. Like, that's pretty neat.
It's crazy.
I think it's going to look great, but I'm wondering how many folks really want to own that.
I don't.
Yeah, me neither.
There'll be a core group, but I can't imagine it being massive.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be doing this before the days of digital sculpting.
No. I mean, this is not going to sell as well as their Thanos.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think.
I agree.
I threw in some photos from XM, had all of their reveals. This was one of them. And I think this is metal, right?
Death metal.
Yeah.
Death metal. So this will be a quarter scale piece. But another bat on bike. Seems like we're getting a lot of bat on bikes lately.
Wow.
That looks like a pig head, right?
Yeah. Let's talk about this one because we haven't talked about it on the show yet.
Yeah.
This is the part of the Avengers Assemble line, which I was surprised. I thought it might be a little bit bigger. But people either seem to love this one or hate this one.
Yeah, there was a lot of uproar about that left arm, the way it's kind of posed.
It's this one right here.
Yeah.
Where it kind of like, how could he possibly bend his arm that way? But there,
Yeah, it looks jacked up.
It's a little bit odd the way it is. And was this $1,200?
Yeah.
I was trying to do the pose.
And it's not very big.
No, I've got a picture. Let me go there. So there's the Avengers Assemble line, which are not very big to begin with.
Oh wow!
All right.
So
The
that's
Hulk that
$1,200.
goes with that is bigger
Ooh.
than that Hulk.
Yeah, that's small.
Yeah, it's very weird. I don't understand like the $1,200 price point. I guess it does have a light up feature, I believe. But I don't know. What do you guys? Other than the price, do you guys like this one, or do you feel like it's a bit of a miss?
I'd call it a miss.
Miss.
I mean, I don't mind the arm. I mean, it's kind of, it looks a little weird from different angles, but yeah, that scale might be. I know what they're going for. They're trying to make it fit into everybody's collection, but if that's part of that line, I don't like the scale of it.
I keep thinking, okay, so this is $1,200 for something pretty small, and then after that Hulkbuster we saw from Queen Studios this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's different scale, different price point, but if I was going to spend the money, I'd spend it on the Queen.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it's incredible.
Yeah.
It seems like the lower half of the body is too small for the upper half of the body on the Hulkbuster.
I can see that. Yeah.
I can see that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does look smaller.
Kind of looks like an Iron Man suit on the bottom. Yeah, like he's
Not
transforming.
what's his face? I forget their names. Voltron or something.
Anyway, it's I don't know. I guess I was real surprised by the size and the price. Because what's the I figured this one would be like the Wolverine versus Hulk.
I like the sculpt. I like the sculpt of the Hulk and everything.
Yeah, you would think that the Hulk would be at least as big as the one and for the line that it's supposed to be going with.
Yeah, agreed. And that's a really great Hulk.
Yeah.
I like it.
Didn't they already do a Hulk for this line? I'm curious to see how it
That's
lines
what I'm
up.
saying. That
Yeah,
Hulk is bigger.
Oh, have we seen pictures next to each other or no? Or do we not know?
It came out maybe 2 years ago, maybe.
But he's huge.
Yeah, it's big. It's a big Hulk.
It's way bigger than Captain America or Thor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I mean, it's
He's bigger than those.
Hulk looks tinier than Thor here.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got more muscle, obviously, but yeah, I just don't get it. Anyway, congratulations if you do love it. I do feel like it's a miss. They also teased a Spider-Man here, 1/4 scale from XM.
Interesting.
Morales.
They also teased a Yeah, they also teased this one from Dark Knight's Metal for quarter scale.
Dawnbreaker.
Basically doing,
I'm learning their names.
Dawnbreaker, yeah.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. They're basically doing all of these characters. They announced for the 1/6 scale Catwoman that they've updated her face. I believe she will be shipping fairly soon, but I do think that they improved the portrait.
Yes.
Some people think she looks older, but maybe it's because I'm older that I don't really notice that.
Yeah.
She's
I
beautiful.
feel like she looks.
looks
I feel like she looks like she's 32 here.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. I mean,
looks
they
good.
all don't have to look like they're on a CW show.
That's right.
Good
Yeah, I feel
point.
like sometimes portraits
agree.
all look the same. This looks different. Like I like it.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I think it's real pretty.
Yeah.
They've also shown us the Beast. This is a quarter scale piece.
That's terrible.
Yeah, that I
What
don't
is that?
That switch out is awful. They need to fix that big time.
Yeah, I agree. I just don't,
Yeah.
What?
I don't know how this passes.
The other portrait's fine.
Yeah, the other portrait looks real
Yeah.
nice.
I thought somebody photoshopped that as a joke when I first
Yeah, yeah.
originally saw it.
I like the base. I think the base is nice, and I think the fabric or the fur on him looks okay.
Yeah, I think it'll do well, but people aren't going to use that switch out portrait.
No.
Yeah, because those don't even look like glasses from it.
No.
But, Beast has been really difficult in quarter scale, so I think it'll do well.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have very. They didn't show very many pictures of the regular face. I guess. I don't know if I have a straight on shot, but yeah, the regular portrait looks great. Anyway, I think it'll do well
Yep.
with the Sentinel hand. Oh, there's a regular face.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
good. That's good.
Yeah.
yeah, that looks great.
Yep.
They teased a Red Hood in quarter scale. So that'll be, I think, very popular. I think a lot of people really like Red Hood. They also teased a Batman.
Is that Hush?
I don't think they said
What is
specifically Hush.
They've been a little bit clumsy
Yeah.
with the pictures that they've chosen for some of
Correct.
these reveals. So,
They're a bit vague.
Hmm.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. I was excited
Well,
thinking this
they-
was hushed, but their photos have been like mixed up, so it's like hard to say.
They're vague,
Yeah.
but it also could be misleading. Like if people think, oh, they're doing a Hush,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but then but they've already done a Hush. They've already done a Hush, but not in quarter scale. But if they do a Hush in quarter scale, this will be a very popular piece.
Yeah, I kind of question what they've done. I mean, how many reveals did they do? 30, 35, 38, something like that? And
I
not
think
one
so.
of them was a render.
Yeah.
Yeah, not one.
It's just swiped panels out of comics. And I don't know that does us any good at all.
Like I said in my hit and miss videos, like I feel like at least it lets us kind of plan, like to know who's coming. But a render would have been nice, just something to kind of go off of. But I'm sure. I mean, we'll get there eventually. But
It's a start.
let's see. We'll skip past him because we already. Let's see. Those we've already seen. This was a teaser from XM. I think this was the Magneto,
Looks like it.
if I remember right. Quarter scale Magneto. So I do like. I mean, I think this is at least better because at least there's silhouettes of what the statue's going to look like.
Yeah.
I would much rather have that.
Yeah.
The Flash maquette has been teased by Tweeterhead.
Cool.
So
Look good.
I have not seen that one. Have you seen any of that, Jeff?
I saw a little bit of it quite some time ago, and I don't know if they're keeping the same design or doing something different.
I bet they've tweaked it since then.
Very possible.
Yeah. This one I just did a hit and miss video on this one today. This one I had no idea was a Michael Keaton Batman. Because like when does Michael Keaton ever do that? He doesn't.
Yeah, he doesn't.
I have since been told I keep referring to this as the bat signal, but this is not the bat signal.
That's
This is the reflector on the back on the Wayne Manor. So when the bat signal hits the light hits the Wayne Manor, these little receptors rotated, and that's what shined into the steady where he was. So that actually is screen accurate. That is exactly what those look like. I just didn't place them. It's still kind of a weird concept.
Yeah, a lot of people were saying it looks like a ship's like a pirate ship steering wheel.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Which it does.
I think the texturing here is really great. I think it's a cool concept, but it doesn't scream Batman Returns to me.
Yeah,
No.
it's a cool. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
No, Eric, you go.
No, I was just saying it's a cool Batman statue, but if I was buying a Michael Keaton Batman statue, I wouldn't want to see it covered up with the cape.
Yeah, I mean, you only get one angle of him, which I think I have. Maybe I don't. But anyway, there's only one angle that really shows that it's Michael Keaton Batman. It's just, this is 110 scale. I think it was like a 190 price point. So, anyway, I think it's a cool looking Batman, but again, I just wouldn't associate it with the movie.
Agreed.
They didn't show this one, but this was another reveal. This is was this Mark III?
Yeah.
A life-size bust from Queen Studios. They didn't show this at the event, but they did tease it. So maybe it's just not ready yet, but I love that. I love the Mark III bust or the Mark III costume.
People are up in arms about that Mark I bust.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
no,
The figure.
half scale.
Did you notice the second day they moved it to another area?
Did they really?
They did. They took it away from the other display
So
because it's so much smaller, and in real life, it's way bigger.
it's 7 inches shorter than the Mark 50.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Yeah, it needs to be bigger.
Yep.
And so I'm wondering if I'm sure that like Queen Studios said, they're very good at listening to feedback. So I think that if they are smart, they will increase the size, and it'll be very popular because it looked great.
It looked great. Yeah.
This was the Darth Vader premium format. We haven't had a chance to talk about it. I think this one looks okay. I think it looks pretty screen accurate. What do you guys think about this one?
Yeah.
People don't like the base. I think
The
the base,
lightsaber lights up, which is
The
cool.
figure's
The
really
lightsaber
nice.
didn't.
Yeah, I feel like we commented on this one.
Mm-hmm.
I think I said it looked like medieval times or something.
It looks like Dark Tower. Remember the game Dark Tower?
Yeah.
It's just such a weird base. It's like he's like,
Yeah.
is he a giant on this thing or like these little doors?
Yeah. But the figure itself, I think, is really nice.
I think maybe if they just didn't do these little doors, I think it would have been fine.
Yep. I
Yeah.
agree.
But
It's cool,
anyway,
but there's a lot of better Darth Vader statues out there.
Yeah.
I do think the Vader looks good here. I really like the gripping hand. I think that looks good. But again, it's just another option, kind of like Batman statues. There's just another Darth Vader to pick from.
Yep.
I threw this one in here. This was a teaser of the Michael Keaton Batman suit from the Flash movie. And I thought that was pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So I threw that in there.
It looks like an armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is his same armor from Batman Returns, where he had this chest plate. 89 Batman was more of like just a muscle suit, whereas Batman Returns was more of an armor suit.
What do you think the concept behind this? It's got a little bit of like a Watchmen vibe going on it with the blood splatter on the,
Yes, I think it's very much like that. I think it's also very much like the cover, the Flash cover with the button.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's Watchmen.
Where it's got the blood splatter.
Think it's Keaton's blood or like?
I don't know. There is another photo that they released, the same photo without the blood.
Okay, I was almost thinking like he's like maybe like an older Batman. He's out of shape. Like if they won't,
for sure. Yeah, he's going to be
Yeah.
He's an older Batman. This is basically going to be, the Batman Beyond type situation.
like if they tapped into like the Alex Ross Justice story where he's like kind of like in a mechanical type suit where he's so old he's relies on technology to even
It could
fight.
Kingdom
Fight.
Come.
Yeah, it could be.
Should be interesting.
It's been a Catwoman kind of week. This were some photos from Tweeterhead's factory for the Michelle Pfeiffer quarter scale.
Nice.
It's going to be
So,
nice.
It's going to be nice. It's going to be
It's
really
kinda weird
exciting
to
to
see
see
her
her.
hanging there.
Yeah, makes me nervous. Also got to see some of the cats. That's the exclusive, I believe.
That's creepy.
Yeah, so a lot of creepy cats.
Pet Cemetery.
That kind of gives you the size of the base.
20 inches.
It's big.
That's going to
Chris,
be big.
It's like a skateboard.
Chris, have you ordered that one?
Yep.
Where are you going to put it?
Don't know.
In the closet.
Don't ask.
Right now, my plan is I think that she will fit on the white bookshelves, no problem. And I think I was going to pair her up with the Batmobile.
Oh, that would look nice.
Just kind of, I know the scales aren't right, but I think the Batmobile with her next to it, I think that'll be kind of my Keaton area, my Batman 89 area.
Chris, we can't see Ashley.
You can't see Ashley?
It's because I'm so tiny.
The banner's there.
Oh, I always forget to take off the damn banner. I'm really sorry.
It's okay.
Let me get all that crap off there. Sorry, guys.
You're
okay.
fine.
You got to remind me right off the bat, because I forget every time. Take off the banner. Okay, sorry, guys. Sorry, Ashley.
It's okay.
People want to see your face way more than they do ours. So,
Are you sure?
I doubt that.
We gotta move her
I
up
doubt
four
that.
let's see. Where were we here? Catwoman. All right. Is it back to the full screen?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. They also had Poison Ivy. This is Ashley's Poison Ivy right there. I think it's
She's
the one
so
right.
pretty.
That one right there is Ashley's right there.
She's so gorgeous. There's a comic book place here called Toy Anxiety, and I think the owner hates me because every other week I'm like going, is there an update? Is she here? Not yet.
Not yet. Well, she's looking really good.
I think she's fully boxed. I think she might even be on the boat by now.
I think she is too. They actually did a little teaser of the box with a lot of Ivy on it. So I think she's on her way too. I think this will be again a very big popular hit. I love the one that I have in my collection. It is just insane. Now the one that I do have is the factory prototype or paint sample. Some people have felt like maybe these look a little bit darker green. So we'll wait and see in hand. Again, it might be just the lighting, but I think she looks really great.
Ashley, you can probably stop bugging your comic shop until August.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know.
The long boat takes about 2 to 3 months.
Okay.
In general.
Good to know.
Yeah.
It's just I'm not patient. So
Oh, believe me, we hear you for sure.
I'm
Let's see. This is that quarter scale Magneto that they teased.
Mutant Scum.
Yes. And this is Planet Hulk?
That's what's his face?
I don't know. Isn't that Hulk?
It starts with the M. What's his face?
Martian Man? No, not Martian.
No, it's Hulk.
Yeah,
That's
not-
DC.
It's Hulk, but it
I have
starts
no
with the M,
idea.
I believe. Not something with an M.
See if anybody in the chat knows.
Maestro.
Maestro. There we go.
Maestro. All right. I have no idea who that is. So
I don't either.
I always thought he was
think
just
it's from
old
the
man. I
Planet
always thought he was
Hulk story.
old man Hulk.
Maybe.
I don't know. Let's see. I threw some of these figures in. This was from Batman Ninja. I thought this was kind of a weird figure.
What are your thoughts on that?
I don't like it.
I'm not quite sure. I don't remember it looking like that.
What's in the middle? Why does he look like Iron Man?
Looks like Ant-Man.
Have you seen this movie, Ashley?
I won't watch it.
It's weird.
I won't
It's
watch
odd. It kind of
Yeah.
reminds me of Black Panther's suit. Like when he takes a hit, it
Oh, it
I-
reverses the
stores
energy.
the energy.
I don't want to watch it because I'm not okay. I'm not
It's
an
not
anime
good.
fan, and I don't know. I just don't.
Wait.
have
Here's what
any-
you need to do. This is what I would recommend. Go on YouTube and watch the Joker versus Batman fight from the movie.
I have.
I love it. You have. Okay. I think I love that fight. I think the animation looked amazing. I loved it. That's what I was hoping the whole movie would be like, but it wasn't.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. I heard many things about that, and I don't want to be disappointed. I agree that the fight scene was really cool. I agree with you completely, but I just don't want to waste my time with something if it's disappointing.
Well, it
Yeah.
says it's
Second
a modern
half,
version
yeah.
of that suit.
First half is good.
Yeah, the first half was good. Second half got really weird.
Yeah, it's like Transformers.
That is
So
kind
anyway, they
of
got the
cool.
Batman version. Yeah. We're going to be, we had somebody reach out to me and they wanted to review the Joker from Star Ace. So that'll be up on the channel. Actually, it's already up for members. But it's a fun review, and it's a fun piece. I do like the way the Joker looks. I almost bought that Prime 1 piece. I just didn't have the room, but it is what it is. We'll move on to this is from Beast Kingdom. I was really excited about this piece because I love Davy Jones. He's one of my favorite villains of all time. And they're doing a pretty big piece here. Not everybody loves the depth on this one, but look at the size of him. He's pretty big.
Oh, wow.
Cool. I was real surprised, and he kind of came out of nowhere. I've seen a couple other things with Davy Jones, so I'm wondering if maybe they've started putting out some licensing for him, which I would love to see.
Are you going to buy it?
This piece?
Yeah.
Don't.
No.
Okay.
But let's say they came out with a life-size bust, like let's say Queen Studios did a life-size bust of him, I would, and it would go in our Disney room.
Oh, okay.
So I can get away with that one.
Mm-hmm.
So now that Disney owns Marvel, could Marvel go in the Disney room?
Yeah, you know what, Jeff? It sure could, and my family absolutely loves Marvel.
Don't lose focus.
I think you should get this.
If I was going to buy anything Marvel-wise, I would buy the Queen Studios life-size bus. I just Iron Man. I'm talking about Iron Man specifically.
Oh, but that Hulk is so good.
It is, but I would not buy the Hulk. I would only buy the Iron Man, and that would be very focused.
Yeah,
that Mark 7 is pretty awesome.
It is, and it's in like I think of like what was it, like $1,700 compared to the $3,000 for Catwoman.
I think
it's 14.
I think it's 14. Yeah,
it's 14 for the Mark 7 bust.
So it's like, gosh, I mean, I would love to buy that thing because it is just, I love them. I think they're so just awesome. And if I wasn't collecting Batman, I'd collect all Iron Man. And I wish that was the case because then I wouldn't have to worry about villains or anything else. I could just
because they never make them.
Yeah, I know they make a lot of Iron Man pieces though.
Iron Man statue collector.
That's right. Maybe that'll be my second channel.
Yep.
I'll sell half my collection for Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Fund the other channel with Iron Man pieces. I don't know. Maybe that'll be the weight I need lifted off. Or just a whole nother headache. I can't remember who this is. This is PCS. This is it Street Fighter?
I don't know.
Where's Chauncey when we need him?
No, this is Street Fighter. They did this one, which I thought she looked really good, and then they also did a variant in the black suit.
Ooh, that's sexy.
Yeah,
that looks better.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it's interesting just the difference in the white versus but she must have different costumes or different fighting gear. I don't know how you fight in this thing.
That's what I was wondering. What's she fighting off? Tippers?
I thought she was like a furry for some reason because she's got like this like weird suit thing.
It looks like a convention outfit.
It does.
Yes, it does. So that one's that. I guess I have that in. See, that's my sign right there. I have it in here twice. Jeez. Superman quarter scale was announced from Queen Studios or XM.
Yep.
Also a reverse flash.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember who this is. Do you guys know?
Steph, do you know who that is?
Medusa or Jean Grey?
I think it's Jean Grey.
Jean Grey. It's a weird picture of her.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Medusa.
Yeah.
No arms.
Could be a bust then. All right, let's talk about this. We got the real photos of Wonder Woman. We talked a little bit about her on the reveal show. You guys, anybody's mind changed or flipped based on the professional photos?
No.
I've always liked it. So
probably have the XM2. Like I said, we got a bunch of booth tours coming up on the channel. I think the first one is going to be probably XM or maybe Prime 1. I'm still downloading a few of them. But this one we get to see pretty good in at the convention floor. And I do think it looks really good in person, on the floor itself.
Yeah. I mean, if I had the space, I would love to do like the Trinity, Sanity, was this one, Courage, and then they're supposedly doing Superman. So it'd be
Do
cool.
you guys think this piece like even is a contender to be in the same league as Sanity?
No.
No.
It's her villain. The villains aren't as iconic, so it's.
Yeah.
I mean, it
I
looks
would
good
agree.
though.
Yeah, the paint looks really good. I think the characters, the sculpt looks really good. But I agree. I just don't know if there's that much demand for Wonder Woman and her villains.
Sure,
I don't even know who most of them are.
I don't like
Woman
that
just-
head sculpt.
Yeah, I
I
just
like
know
that
Cheetah.
Have a lot of good options these days.
Yeah. I like this version though.
Yeah, I do too. I don't
This
like
is
the
my
other one.
favorite. Yeah, this is my favorite too. The white, and it does look more marbly to me than the Sanity piece did.
Yeah.
But again, I like the Sanity white one too. I just thought that was a better piece, just in my opinion.
I think that's why we like it. We don't get to see who the villains are.
Yeah, maybe that's true. Wonder Woman stands out more.
Yeah.
But anyway, that is coming from XM. But there's a good example of the marbling. See how they have the line.
Oh yeah, I didn't notice that. That's cool.
So I did think I wish that they would have done that on the Sanity piece. I think that would have been kind of cool to do marble. But maybe it wouldn't have made sense because this is more of like a carved in stone from the pillars, I think.
So, Chris, I have a question. Do you think that marble, for some reason, is kind of coming to be maybe popular? Because this is the second statue I've seen that is sculpted in marble.
I don't know. I think in some cases marble is more elegant. It's more historic. Like if you look at fine art, like I've been to Rome and I've been to seen the master's works, Michelangelo, and I've seen I've seen the David in person. Like those are elegant and there's these master's works, and so I wonder sometimes if people see marble as more of high end or more fine art.
But it's more expensive. I mean,
Yeah, sure.
try to fix up your house with marble and see how much it costs.
I know.
Yeah.
So I don't know if maybe that's the mentality, is just like instead of it being just so blatantly comic book, it's Batman with marble. It's more fine art. I don't know. It's not for me, but maybe that's the thinking. Now this one right here, this one I would buy instantly if I had a Harry Potter collection. We are big Harry Potter fans in our house, and I love this statue. Of course, this is a quarter scale piece from Iron Studios, but this is Voldemort with Nagini. It's $1,000.
Cool.
Yeah, it's. Oh, I guess
Yes.
I must have put a few in there for Dan.
What is that?
I think I've got some more. This one. Oh, who was this? Is Weta.
I don't even want to know what that is.
Mhm.
Was that the base for it? With that they were
Yes.
painting? Oh my
Yeah.
god!
Really?
So I just want to show you the size. I just saw this, and I'm not very familiar with Weta. I believe they're licensed. I hope.
Oh yeah. Oh,
They are.
for sure.
But I saw that and I'm like, okay, is that like the Queen Studios piece? Because it looks like the back of that life-size bust.
Mhm.
And then I'm like, is that from Queen? And then I saw, nope. Look at the size of this base. Look how big he's going to be.
Yeah, that's it.
Massive.
Wow.
And that's quarter scale.
Phew.
Really?
Wow.
I think all of their wait a minute, is it quarter scale?
Yeah,
I think it is because they're
the ones that I looked at were all quarter scale.
Wait, that looks huge, man.
It
Well,
does look good.
he is big.
He's big.
He's like Thanos. He's like a big giant guy.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just thought that I would throw that in there. Okay, now back to Voldemort. Sorry, I had
That's
those
so
out of
cool.
order, but I really like this one a lot. I love the snake being the base.
Yep.
Look at the size of him too.
I like the details in the scales. As someone who has a snake, the details in the scales are actually on point.
Better
Looks
be for
good.
that price.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It looks good.
$1,000. Are you guys shocked at that price point?
No, I'm not.
I am. I'm annoyed by it.
Not from them anymore.
Why are
think
you
I'm-
annoyed by it?
Because I don't see the justification for it. It's not like it's a full-on Dio. I mean, it's him and a snake. I could see maybe $750, $799 at the most. 1,000 just feels like it's gouging. It's the same price as their 1/3 scale Joker.
I think 800's fair.
Yeah.
1,000.
I think their quarter scale prices have gotten out of hand from Iron Studios.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's the same price as my 1/3 scale Joker.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know. I see Harry Potter and I see the name brand. I see the name, and that's exactly what Chris is saying. It's Harry Potter. It's going to sell. They could probably sell it for $1,500 if they want to. Please don't. But I'm just saying they probably could, and they'd get away with it because it's Harry Potter, and there's a lot of Harry Potter fans.
And it could be like I said, come back to licensing fees, maybe that they're having to put it back on the consumer. I don't know, but I would assume that's the first of a line of many. So I'm excited for Harry Potter fans because I think those are really awesome, high-end looking statues. But I agree. I mean, this again, we talk about it constantly. The prices are just stupid across the board. I mean, $3,000 for a Catwoman on Batpod, and the idiots that are willing to buy it.
I wonder who that could be.
Yeah, this dude right here. But, it's like art, like we say, art is subjective. If it's worth a price to you, then buy it. If it's not, buy the next great thing that's coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. And like Barbara says here, also have taken account that some licensors are more expensive than others. And that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we are not privy to those numbers. We don't get that information. So I think sometimes there's great validity to that, and sometimes I think it's complete bull. So it just really depends on the situation and the license. But I think what have we been 2.5 hours, guys? I think we probably need to wrap it up. I really apologize for keeping you guys so long. Again, I apologize for the length of the intervention earlier. That was the
unexpected therapy.
At least
session.
Yes.
At least you got your measurements in order, though. At least you're aware. And it's now rather than when you get the statue and then you're going, oh, crap, and you're scrambling.
Yeah, I really had planned the Batcave going in that gun case because I felt like I finally had found a piece that would work in there.
Right.
But
Measure
not
twice.
anymore. Yeah,
Measure.
not going to work. So anyway. My throat is dry. I've been talking too much tonight. Anyway, thank you guys so very much for being with me tonight. Eric, Jeff, Dan, and Ashley, thank you very much.
Measure the closet.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yes. I just don't want to know.
Measure twice, pre-order once.
Yes.
Yeah.
See if you could just knock the back out of the closet and go into the other room.
Yeah.
There's your back.
What's behind that closet?
Right behind the closet is like the water heater, so I don't know if I could get. I don't think I can go too far into that room. That is a smaller storage room behind there. So anyway, I just want to thank everybody that's been here tonight. I really appreciate it very, very much. Stay tuned to the channel. We got lots of booth tours coming up this week. I've got reviews and also the live unboxing on Monday for that Iron Studios Joker. I'm really excited to finally get him in hand. How long I'll keep him, who knows? Might need another intervention for him as well. Let's see. Delaney, do you have anything on Secret Sanctuary coming up?
No, I don't think I do in the very near future.
Okay. It's been kind of a dry spell right now. I think a lot of the the companies are finally getting product out. So I think late summer, you're going to see a lot. We're going to have like Bane's coming out. We're going to do some reviews on that and some other characters. Tweeterhead obviously will have some things coming out. Mm-hmm. So definitely stay tuned to both of our channels for that. And just thank you guys again so very much for watching. And we'll see you next time right here. Anybody want to say it?
In the back.
In the back.
All right.